Diabetes has come a long way. It's been more than 100 years now that Banting and Best discovered insulin in 1921, and since then the fight has been to get people with diabetes off insulin. That's the fight. We want to get to insulin-free state. So everything we're doing now is like a temporary phase to get everybody to insulin-free stage.
How far are we from that? Is it a goal that is achievable?
There's a joke in diabetes that every 5 years people say they are there, but then it never materializes. However, there are recent studies showing that what's called cell-based therapies can actually get some people to insulin freedom. However, it has come at a cost. Using a technique we call immunosuppression, you have to suppress the individual's immunity. So
a potential breakthrough when it comes to treating type 1 diabetes in kids, and it could be critical to their quality of life down the road. Our Jessica Brown back now with a local doctor leading that research. Jessica.
Yeah, that's right. Type 1 diabetes is one of the most common chronic diseases in children, and untreated, it can cause serious health damage. We can tell you new research shows vitamin D can be a powerful weapon in fighting this illness.
Brain, the eyes, the kidneys, the nerves, the limbs. So if nothing is done, they begin to have complications.
Dr. Benjamin Nwosu says the urgency in treating type 1 diabetes is clear. The disease can have a serious impact even at an early age. His research at UMass Chan Medical School shows giving young patients doses of vitamin D when they're first diagnosed slowed the progression of the disease, keeping them in what's known as the honeymoon period of the illness.
So for vitamin D, which is a cheap and easily available product to actually impact this phase, is significant. Classically, honeymoon periods last from 3 months to 12 months. However, there are recent studies now showing that they are able to actually pick up C-peptide and evidence of insulin production in people who have had diabetes for more than 50 years. So it could last for long in some people.
Dr. Nwosu says there's more research to do in terms of the impact of the treatment, but the message to families living with this illness is clear.
But I think that what our study shows is that if someone is diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and the parents can actually feel confident to add vitamin D as a supplement to what they are receiving. Most kids are receiving vitamin D anyway.
Well, Dr. Nwosu says what's most critical is starting young when they're kids, the treatment habits and good habits as soon as someone is diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. He says better blood sugar control from the start can keep more serious impacts of the disease at bay.
We are having a conversation here with Professor Ben Nwosu. Professor, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So this is wonderful. And on Monday you were at the Academy of Medicine in New York, where you presented a paper on type 1 diabetes and the prospects of vitamin D. Something that could help people who are suffering from that. It was well received with several questions. Tell us a little bit about the presentation summary.
So the presentation was about a prominent paper we published late last year in the Journal of the American Medical Association, where we showed that people who received high-dose vitamin D in a randomized controlled trial had better outcome in terms of prolonging their honeymoon phase, which means that they will have lesser complications down the road. It also showed that vitamin D actually reduces what's called the pro-insulin to C-peptide ratio, which is a marker of beta cell health. So that is the holy grail of research in disease-modifying therapies for type 1 diabetes, and that's why it was well received. And we're looking forward to expanding the research into other areas.
So here today at Hofstra, we are talking about technology in the treatment of type 1 diabetes. What did we hear from different people, caregivers and experts, even patients? What did we hear today?
Yeah, today is just a fair which we are offering from the Children Diabetes Center at Hofstra, we're a combination of Hofstra University and Northwell Health through Cohen Children's Medical Center, where we are bringing diabetes technology to the population, explaining how people can really do better on insulin pumps, continuous glucose monitors, and then these new algorithms that integrate data from both the pump and the sensor in a way that the person can almost live independently without having to do much. They still have to put in the, insulin for their, or at least dial in insulin when they eat, but otherwise the pump control and the sensor and the algorithm will be controlling the blood sugar for them.
Now, out there were vendors talking about new ideas, new technology, and I'm amazed. How far away are we in Nigeria or in Africa from where the care for people who have type diabetes 1 here in America? How many years behind are we?
It is principally a question of economic disadvantage and not a question of lack of knowledge, because we can definitely transport the knowledge right away to Nigeria today and set up these technologies over there. But the issue is that it is not affordable to the people. There's no strong insurance mechanism that will help people to get access to this technology in a subsidized manner that they can afford. And then the transfer of these devices, it has to be safely brought into the country, installed and supplied and renewed. These things take time. So my sense is that there's no political will to really help the people in a way that will put them on par with other people around the world. So it's not a question of lack of technology, lack of access. It's just an economic and willpower issue. Political willpower.
So you've been involved in research in this field for a long time and published papers in several journals. How much of this kind of research is going on in Nigeria?
The problem is this. Research, it takes a village to do this research successfully. So there's so many aspects to it. You have to have something like National Institutes of Health that will be funding the research. Then you have to have companies that produce the things you need for the research. You have to have the personnel that will be doing this research in a way that will make it very rigorous. And you can publish them in very, very high-level peer-reviewed journals. I still go back to what government can do, because here I did my fellowship at the National Institutes of Health, which is the most advanced biomedical center in the world. If we had something like the National Institutes of Health in Nigeria, I'm sure that would be producing at a higher level.
Nigeria's current Minister for Health was also here. I think he schooled here, did some practice here. If you get the chance to meet him, and you want to talk to him about what he could do within the budget of the Nigerian health system, what will you say to him?
I would think that he has to put up something that will be a flagship institution for Nigeria. I think having something like National Institutes of Health will be great. As I am, actually, in 2012, we launched what's called African Research League, where I and 10 other members of my classmates in medical school created this thing to sponsor research at the University of Nigeria and other Eastern institutions in the eastern part of Nigeria, to actually stimulate research interest and also see how that goes. I've met 1 or 2 or 3 people in the United States who actually benefited from that program, and they're interested in pursuing research.
So you think that is working well, and if there is more support that people at home may be interested in, or professionals or doctors in doing research?
Absolutely. There are a lot of people who are interested in answering these deep questions. We call it like high-level thinking. So they just don't want to see patients and treat diseases and just leave it at that. They want to go to the next level and find out the mechanisms of those diseases mechanisms of things that haven't been, shown. For example, we're the first group in the world to show that vitamin D reduces pro-insulin to C-peptide ratio. And that's key.
Now, final question. You talked about that vitamin D study, but also during the conference on Monday, I heard that from you that the guidelines by the Pediatrics Association was different from what the research outcome is showing. So are you concerned about that in terms of whether you continue to work along the same direction?
No, this is why it is important to be a leader in your field, because sometimes the society, the endocrine society will release a guideline, but that guideline is for population management, and sometimes in that process they overlook certain populations. So it's for us now to say, no, this is not right, and we know that we are right, and then we are pushing to make it better.
Okay. One last question. This one I have to be on camera to ask this one. So we're talking about Nobel Prize. So what year are we? Is it coming closer? Or is it coming closer, or is it going to be?
The emphasis is on helping human beings.
Yeah, that one is going on.
That is the most important thing. Once we can achieve that important aspect, we are good.
We are good. All right, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to have you again on this second phase of our usual Sunday tonic. My name is KJ, and we're going to be continuing from where we stopped earlier. It's been a very enlightening day. We have been enlightened, we have been educated, we have been informed, and we have been entertained also from this very channel. Today we spoke mainly on health and the challenges that Black men and in fact generally the world faces. And we are discussing with no other than a renowned professor of medicine, a man who has distinguished himself in the area of diabetes and all the research that has to join it. I am not vast in that area, but I am concerned about how our people can also get respite from the disease like breast cancer, prostate cancer, and the very one that almost every Black woman has, which is fibroids. These are things that have bothered my heart for so long, and why we have not been able to find cure. I'll not know, even no research is being commissioned by our own African government on these issues. And it's good to note that there are some people who are in the helm of affairs in the health industry who are also one of us. And today we had the opportunity of talking with Professor Benjamin Nwosu, who spoke extensively and brilliantly also to the topics that we asked him. He has made a breakthrough research, and that breakthrough research, I hope that CM, if you are listening to me, you'll be here to explain to us the importance of what Professor Benjamin has been able to bring to bear upon the world of medicine. So it's not about Africa alone, it's not about Nigeria, it was about the world. He has been celebrated. He's a celebrated award winner for what he has been able to do in the area of diabetes. And of course, you know that these are some of the things that worry some men in Nigeria and indeed around Africa and the world. It will be good to have all of us come in to talk about this issue, so that it's not only left to someone like me, who hitherto I am just one of those people who used to run away from mathematics. So me and science not be friends. So, but necessity is the mother of invention, and when protocol calls, you have to answer. So we are here today, and I hope that we are going to have a good time. Now, we are also going to touch about certain individuals, those, timber and caliber, Iroko and coconut tree, who have all fallen from grace. There are many other people who were members who rode on the popularity of Peter Obi in 2023. 2023, yeah, and got elected to positions, different positions around Nigeria. And once they got to their houses and their offices, they said to decamp. Now, I'd like to inform you that majority of those individuals have been rejected. They've all fallen from getting the ticket to be re-elected. And the chiefly of which is the one I'm going to go ahead and mention before we start this program is the guy called the Cubana chief priest. The Cubana chief priest opened his mouth and said, and so he's trying to bring the Igbos to the mainstream. Unfortunately, election. So you can go price shop, so that the thread can continue. It suits me. I mean, I can say I'm happy about this. Chief priest of the Cubana, or whatever he calls himself, Belena Water. Now he was denied the ticket. I don't want to play the video, but he was denied the ticket, and he said his only happiness that he didn't chicken out, that he contested, but he's most disappointed by the elders of his village, who, despite all he's spent, they were only able to give him 14 votes. Well, gentlemen and ladies, we have come back to the era of Namoni Doam. So that is the strategy of Jagaban. The Jagabandis have all the money and it's become a distributing galore. That is where the Nigerian money is. But until we get into that, I will say, let's sit tight and get ready to roll this. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. This by the end of the year. How are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you.
1,911,844,833 naira and 46. I'll take that again. 1,911,844,000,000 1 trillion. This money is too much for me. 1 trillion. I hope that is not on the record. 1 trillion 911 billion 840.
Okay. All right. So sometimes Nigeria becomes a comedy, honestly. So I have to, make this confession. Sometimes we come here and it just, just to say that sometimes I feel, let me not say we, that we're fighting a losing battle. Because we're not fighting a battle like people who understand that this world, things are shifting so fast. Nations are moving in a very dramatic way, and alliances are being formed overnight. and individuals and interests, and yes, interest is changing almost on daily basis. New alliances are being formed, and new people are being taken as hostage. So unless African leaders and those who lead us today understand what is going on, we might as well be getting ready for another Berlin conference that will happen in the near future, not too far from today, because we seem to have lost in the affairs that is going on around the nations of the earth. Look at what this Professor Benjamin was talking about today. You can't even find Nigeria being represented or African nations being represented on the table of this discussion going on, or this research is going on. Is it that it's out of place for an African nation to place a research, order for a research, pay for it, for your own people? What is prevalent in your own society? It's not a shame that up to this moment we don't have any known cure for malaria, yet malaria is the biggest enemy of people living in sub-Saharan Africa. What are we waiting for? Are we waiting for someone to come from somewhere and do our bidding? They are not going to come. The same way, there are many people in Nigeria that have the technical know-how. Well, just like a panelist said today, Nigeria sometimes becomes the burying point of ideas. You go with your lofty idea, you go very enthusiastic, you go hoping that you'll be welcomed and given, a level playing ground, only for you to come back frustrated and looking at yourself and say, why did I even make such a big mistake? Ladies and gentlemen, I think if you ask me, I would say the time has come that we should take a second look at ourselves again. I'll give you an example. He said something today that the health industry is coordinated by the society, the National Health Institute in America, where people go to search for research grants and even take their researches and go for it to be to be showcased and tested and tried. But what are we doing? We are 230 million people, for crying out loud, and we constitute majority of the black people walking the face of the earth today. Is there something wrong that we cannot think? Is it to establish a national institute and get capable hands like Professor Benjamin Nwosu? We used to have a particular brain surgeon somewhere in northern Nigeria. I will remember his name very soon, who was operating in the National Hospital. We have people who have the ability to be able to dissect these things and put it in a way that it can be, like he calls, sequence it. When you enter into a hospital in Nigeria and you have breast cancer or tumor or whatever growth, the procedure, the process of find out what it is already laid out. I don't know what you call it in medical terms, but it's laid out. So this is the first step, the second step, the third step, the fourth step, until such a cure or such an illness is treated. Why do we do things without any protocol whatsoever? The world is not waiting for us. Are we going to go back to where Kente? Those things you tie around your waist? No, we're going to go from where we are now to the place where we think the whole world is going. That is process of development. Let us wake up and smell the coffee. AI has come to stay. Wake up and smell the coffee. Social media has come to stay. It's not going to go away. Those of us who study journalism are now finding it difficult to, everybody has become one. In fact, many years ago, you not hear anything like citizen journalism. But today there are citizen journalism or journalists who are only reporting what goes on in their community. And it is welcomed. Government no longer have the monopoly of telling us what is going on around our community. Wake up and smell the coffee. Hello, Nigerian government. You are, no matter what laws and you try to narrow down these things, it's not going to happen. We are not going to go back. Let us not make the same mistake that was made by Sani Abacha when he refused that, cellular phones will not come to Nigeria. It didn't stop. It still came. We couldn't stop it. It still came. The only thing you can do is to delay, but eventually it will come. What we rather do is to find a way to begin to, see how we can use it for the betterment of every one of us, every one Nigerian living, and the black man indeed. So, what am I trying to drive at? It must come to a place. We must come to a place where we all know that we are not thinking about just ourselves. For every one person, there is a nation behind you. Whether you like it or not, in the next 100 years, every person listening to me now may not be alive in the next 100 years, starting from today. And then, but your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren will be here if Jesus doesn't come. So what's the best way for us to go about our life is to plan for that 100 years to come, is to look at what is going to come and begin to make sure that our children will have the ability to be able to situate themselves in the center of development at the time when it does come. What am I saying? Professor Benjamin has already given us an insight to what they are doing. And he's one of us. I don't know, he's one of us. When I say one of us, we like to claim success. He's one of us, So let us use him and let him establish the protocol for some of these things for us. I'm sure they'll be too glad, all the Nigerian experts around the world will be too glad to assist Nigeria set up the protocol for these things. We cannot continuously to give excuses because Nigeria is full of excuses. Everybody have an excuse for not doing the right thing. There's always a good excuse for not doing the right thing. Everybody has this good excuse for not doing the right thing. And human life has become nothing. But thank God that some places in the world where human life is considered, the most important. And for me, that is what it is. But in Nigeria, we see human being as just, we must come off that. Treat the medical people properly. Set up medical facilities that can help the people. It is not too much. I would rather have taken the money that they are using to do the East-West Coast Road or somewhere they are getting money for the election. 800 billion reserved for election. If you take 800 billion and put it into research into breast cancer, we will find an answer. But they want to waste it to buy votes so that they can continue to perpetuate themselves in the office where they're not even doing anything for the people. Well, I have spoken more than enough, and I hope that you guys can come up and let's have this discussion. It's not going to be a monologue. If not, I can go on to tell you stories. I have more than enough stories to tell in this my short life. So, but I want to hear your own opinions. So please click on the link and come on to this to the platform so that we can judge you right away. There are many other juicy stories we're going to discuss, but we're not just going to go into right away. I don't know why my WhatsApp is not loading the pictures. Anyway, while that is happening, let us listen to one of my very dear sisters who sing very good songs.
So me ala teme, so me piki go teme, ora me ala teme, Ala woloma o, he going there riba o. Ala woloma, he going there riba, he going there riba. He going there, hey. Show me I like that, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she sings so well. If you have her contact, can we have it so we can invite her and talk to her? I want to know how she's able to manage all the languages she sings about, and she sings so perfectly well also. Okay, I hope my link is going out, because for one reason or the other I can't seem to see anyone on the chat. But sometimes it does happen, these things, you know. Okay. Let me take one more commercial and I'll come back to you guys.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam, thank you so much. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, how are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Uncle, right? I have the right to address you already the way I like. You don't know what she already did to me. So learn to control your emotion, right? That is the only thing I'm going to tell you. But if you don't want to control your emotion and you insult me here, I'm going to insult you 100%.
Okay.
You understand? You cannot insult me on a normal ground. Physically, you can't insult me, right? I will treat you like a child. If you insult me physically, I will handle you like a child. I don't care your age. Do you understand? You are powerful over the camera, so you can say whatever you want to say, but you can't dare say it to me physically. You understand? I will handle you like a kid.
Can we arrest the meeting ground? Can we arrest the meeting ground?
So learn to control your emotion. You understand?
Okay.
Please don't take him out. I also have a right to respond because you mentioned my name. There's no need to take him out. All you have to do is to meet them or something. And you're taking too long to admonish them.
Comment.
What did you say?
Comment.
I know, but he mentioned my name, so I'm asking to respond to him.
When he gets your time, then you make a
No. He mentioned my name.
If you want to make it rowdy, I will take you out.
Take me out, you son of a bitch. Take me out. You think you're a big boy because you're moderating.
Take him out, please.
Hello, come on, don't use such word now.
Dr. Damages, please, I want Soli to tell us who are the fools on this panel.
I consider you a fool. Yeah.
On this panel, yeah. Who are the fools?
I will explain the foolish statement that you made. When you were talking about soar.
I made a foolish statement.
Yes, you did.
You must be very stupid if you don't know how to respect your elder. You are very, very stupid. Are you crazy? You must be very stupid to use that word on your elders. Am I your mate? You're a very stupid boy. Can you learn how to talk?
If you cannot handle it, don't ask me.
Can you learn how to talk?
Mute your mic.
See, don't be fooled with the comment section hype. So
excuse me.
Okay, hold on, guys.
I expected you to ask him to withdraw that word. Nobody is a fool on this panel.
Okay, hold on.
Stupid. Can you call your?
Okay, hold on, everybody. I know we are ranting.
Can you call your father a fool?
No, hold on.
If my father behaves like you, yes, I would.
No, please, everybody, calm down.
Everybody calm down. Calm down. You know, sometimes it gets a bit heated here, but it's good because you tell it the way it is. It's your opinion, and but we try to keep it civil because none of us here is going to say what will change Nigeria tomorrow. We will only do our best. What are we trying to do? We're trying to make sure that in times, when posterity calls, our children and our grandchildren will say, Papa, Daddy did this. He didn't fold his hands. he also put in his voice, and his voice was heard. So when you come to the platform, one of the things they're going to be doing is to help put your voice on the system, on what's going on, development going ahead around, so that as time goes on, you yourself will not say you were just by the corner. You spoke out. You tell what is right to be done. You gave you pointed them to the direction that people should go. And if they don't go that way, it's no longer your fault, but you have spoken. So when you come to the platform, be sure to speak what you want to see happen. Speak it the way it is. If you are one of those of us who believe in the scriptures, we say God spoke the word to be by the words he spoke. Sometimes we get angry and begin to say things that are not in tandem with what we want to see. But that's because we are human. But when you recognize that, speak what you want to see, and what you want to see will surely come to be, because that's what it is. We have been speaking to Nigeria. We have been speaking about Nigeria. We are speaking for Nigeria. And we still continue to speak until the change that we want to see come to pass. And we have said that that change is now. And the change is going to come only by people who are willing to make the change. If you think that the change is going to come by us dividing money amongst people in the communities that we live in, if you think that change is going to come by coercing with people who have already made sure the country is where it is today, and those people are going to have a change of mind and forgive you and start to now have a rethink and have a deja vu moment where they will now begin to think differently of who you are, you are dreaming. You are dreaming. Change can only come from people who are fresh from the street, who know how the ordinary person have suffered, and who know what it is to use the money that is meant for Nigeria and the government to do what is right. And then so sometimes people overlook and begin to see we, the journalists, as their problem. The journalist is not your problem. The journalist is only reporting what he's seeing going on. And so if the government wants to see something different, they then do a different thing, and we will report that the way it is. But if you are thinking you're going to go to the street and be distributing money and hoping that when you distribute money, then a journalist will come and craft that you have now become the 8th wonder of the world. You have turned around situation and circumstances. People are now happy. Hunger has gone, no more corruption. And then we'll go and sit. You are joking. You are joking. Because even if we continue to deceive ourselves, the outside world is not deceiving themselves. They will look at us as jokes. But having said that, I want to welcome Mr. Amefla, and he's the first to grace our day today. And welcome, sir. It's good to see you. And I hope your day is going well where you are.
Yeah, KJ, God bless you. Happy Sunday. Everything is okay.
Happy Sunday to you too. So you were in the earlier meeting with us, and you heard a distinguished scholar and research fellow who has not only been able to win awards, but is also been mentioned all around the world now as having been able to do something extraordinary. What do you think about the interview? Is there anything to take away from you, for you there, and how do you assess the interview?
For me, I wasn't constantly following, you can see when I came in there almost when he was leaving, but I was listening in and out, so I could not grasp everything. But I think the invitation for him to be here on this platform, it was a good one. It's very insightful, very educative, very very down to earth about the medical issue we are talking about, diabetes. So I think it was a very good guest for the benefit of a lot of us, mostly some of our people back home in Nigeria who don't have the opportunity and the privilege to have a good medical care, where in Nigeria, unlike most of us here who have the privilege and opportunity to have a medical system that works for everybody. You can go for your checkup anytime you want. If you want to do 6 months or 1 year, every year, you go to your yearly checkup. Doesn't necessarily mean that if you feel somehow you cannot go back to the doctor for to see what is wrong with you. And if there is anything they found wrong with you, you don't need to break your head how much is going to pay for your medication. You get your medication through the health insurance. So we are blessed, if nothing else, living in diaspora. One of the blessings we have is this issue of medical issue, because the questions that were thrown to our brother concerning many things that is happening in the medical field in Nigeria, where there is no ambulance anywhere, where people go to hospital in emergency situation, the doctor will say you deposit 1 million naira before they will even listen to you. You have to pay for a card, or we don't have blood, or we don't have syringe, or we don't have cotton wool, or we don't have bandage. There are so many crazy stuff that is going on in Nigeria that are costing the life of a lot of people. So I think that his knowledge of his profession is quite amazing, and I think he is a product to be marketed, to be sold. I mean, what he knew, he has marketed himself in the world. So the sky is his beginning, So the thing is that how can a country like Nigeria tap from his wealth of knowledge and experience in the medical field, even if it's not Nigeria, Anambra State in particular, because I know it's from Anambra State. But I can see when Dr. Dameji showed what he was doing in his community, that is commendable also. I think that is what most of us try to give back. Might not be in the medical field, but I believe that Nigerians in diaspora are doing their best trying to give back. No matter how little it is, we are trying to, trying to put smile on the face of some people. We cannot do a lot, but the little we can, I don't think any of us is sleeping by, but this medical thing is a very big problem. If you are following Nigeria event now, you can see in the southeast, the level of kidney infection and liver infection in the southeast right now is something unimaginable. I can't understand why the thing is so much and so rampant in the southeast. Young men, young boys suffering from kidney infections and liver infections. I can't really imagine how it's become so endemic in the southeast. So my brother, it was a very wonderful experience. Why I asked him that two questions was because the way we are getting older, we try to be careful with the food intake we take. I personally myself, I do not need any doctor to tell me that I should remember that my age, I need to avoid so many things, even though there are things that I ate before, but I can make a limitation to those things, But why I asked that question about is diabetes a generational thing is because in this part of the world, sometimes they say that there are families that is their generational thing, And in Nigeria, I don't really know if it's still the same case. That's why I asked the question. And also the issue of the way we swallow fufu, unlike many years back when we were in Nigeria, fufu is something that we eat every day. Almost we can eat it morning, afternoon, night. But now that we are in the diaspora, we don't get it as much as we can. But that's why I try to ask that question. Does it contribute to the issue of diabetes and the issue of mango, plantain, banana, because here the doctor will tell you to reduce your intake of banana, plantain, and mango. They are fruit, but they will tell you that they contain sugar. So I think I learned one or two things from him, because I eat a lot of fruit, and all those fruit I was asking are part of the fruit that I eat a lot, But when the doctor said that you should reduce your intake of mango, reduce your intake of banana, I'm not telling you don't eat them, but eat them. but keep fit, keep exercising. Make sure that you're busy, you're physically doing exercise, and nobody's telling you to go and become an athlete, but at least you can take a walk about 30 minutes every day, 25 minutes every day. Make sure that you keep fit yourself, make sure you're not lazy, be physical fit the much as you can, so that's why I asked that, because those are the things I enjoy eating, all those fruits. My fruit, I eat a lot of fruits, and because of the genetic modified food that is everywhere around the world, we don't get fruits that grow naturally anymore. Everything is everything is chemicalized to grow, and because of that, you don't know what you're eating. So we need to really be careful, even though it's something that also help our body system. But I think I agree with the point that don't eat them too much anymore, which by the grace of God, I'm no more eating them too much. Can eat banana, 1 or 2 in a week. Unlike before, I can eat banana from Monday to 1 month. The same thing with plantain, So, but now I try to avoid not, eating them too much, because
all right.
My brother. So you have to try as much as possible,
all right, let's switch a bit. At least our platform, very few people like intellectual discussions, but let us go a bit to politics, which is what they try to discuss here most of the time. Those people who were LP, Labour Party, last year, and they won riding on Obi's back. One of them, Honorable Lawrence Okoli, cries out in pain after APC played him hard. He won in 2023 under Peter Obi Labour Party, but then he immediately decamped to APC, knowing that you cannot really be one of them, no matter what. Yesterday, he lost out. Chief priest, the so-called chief priest, yesterday also lost out in his own community. The elders, according to him, did him bad. But before you go into that, let us listen to a man we all respect. He has something to talk about. Let's listen, and then we can equally discuss from his viewpoint what he was trying to canvas. I hope I can find a video. Yep.
You are too big for politics. MC Oluomo will be your next governor. Mushroom picking will govern your state if you continue to exclude yourselves. So I beg you, those of you who have an estranged relationship with your PVC, go and make up with your PVC. Stop the quarrel. Speak to those in your circle. It doesn't mean that every Nigerian problem will be cured, but at least we can begin the journey to sanity. This coming election is a clash of visions. Is either you want to continue.
Why is he stopping?
Yeah, it stopped. I think you should know. Maybe it's frozen in from your side. It's not moving.
Okay, 1 minute.
Big for politics. MC Oluomo will be your next governor. Mushroom picking will govern your state if you continue to exclude yourselves. So I beg you, those of you who have an estranged relationship with your PVC, go and make up with your PVC. Stop the quarrel. Speak to those in your circle. It doesn't mean that every Nigerian problem will be cured, but at least we can begin the journey to sanity. This coming election is a clash of visions. Is either you want to continue on the old trajectory, keep doing things the way we've been doing it for the last 62 years, or you are interested in traveling in a different direction. That decision is exclusively yours. The Nigerian ruling class is obliged to pretend that we are a democracy every 4 years. So this time around, we have to play the game of pretense again. We are a democracy. So because they say we are a democracy, you have to remember your PVC. When you have your PVC, you have to ignore the lies they will tell you about ethnicity, about religion, all the things that they have used to divide you, whilst they themselves have not been divided. You must of necessity remember each and every one of those things when it is time to take the decision. There are only two ways to change a country, especially this is our own country. We are faced with two choices. Is either the gun or is your PVC. You are going to have to decide which one is going to be. But our current trajectories are unsustainable, and Nigeria will eventually collapse if we kept traveling on the path that we are logged into. So we have a choice. Because of these young ones that I saw earlier on coming to minister to us, because of these little ladies out with the mom, because of some of us who have children, a lot of us here, we close our eyes and we envision a better future for Nigeria than what we have. But it's not going to happen because we sat still in one corner and we believe that it's none of our business and we became disengaged from the process. 2019, 27 point something million voted out of a voting population of, I believe, 81 million. That meant that only a third voted in that election. When such low numbers participate in the process, it becomes easy to manipulate. It also becomes easy to buy votes. It also becomes easy. I'm told that in this particular neighborhood in 2019, people were prevented from voting. That was because people were not particularly engaged. If sufficient numbers of you were engaged in the process, they will be too scared to come. How many talks do they have? We are more than them, but we can only discover our numbers when we stand, thank you, when we stand our watch. I will stand my watch. That is an active decision. It's not passive. There is nothing passive about watching. They say, sit down, look. Sit down, look is not passive. You have to decide to stay awake to look. So this one that we have been doing since all these years, where we have made victims of ourselves by our refusal to engage with the system, it has to stop. Already in several parts of Nigeria, life is nasty, short, and brutish. I would like to close by bringing something to us, and I thank the survivors who have come up here to share their experiences. I wasn't part of NSAS. When I saw it, about 2 days ago, on the anniversary, Facebook reminded me. I asked them 2 years ago, I said, "The lazy youth, are you planning a revolution or what? Because this doesn't look like a protest anymore." If we didn't plan a revolution in 2020 and people were murdered senselessly and their humanities are being denied because the state continues to deny what its own panel of inquiry has unanimously agreed happened. Let us be clear, the
Nigerian forces recently carried out a joint operation killing a senior Islamic State commander in Nigeria. Now, the president has alleged that Nigerian Christians are being targeted. Why does this joint military operation happen? What does it all mean for the future of U.S. involvement there?
Well, we've been involved now for close to a year, and this has been on and off, though, since prior to 2015, as you remember the emergence of Boko Haram during that time period. President Trump designated Nigeria a country of particular concern, myself and others refocusing the administration's attention to that, which happened October 31st of last year. And in that announcement, President Trump tasked me personally to go investigate this issue of Christian persecution, Christian genocide in Nigeria, which is what I did. I traveled to Nigeria with my colleagues from the Appropriations Committee and put together this report that we presented to the White House with a number of key recommendations on how we can try to protect those populations that are suffering at the hands of Islamic radical terrorists. So this is something that the president is acutely focused on, as he should be, and so am I. And I think many around the country are. I just a couple hours ago walked out of church to be on television here with you, and I heard from many people, thank you for focusing on this issue. So I think it's something that's near and dear to a lot of people's hearts.
Okay, thank you so much for that video watching with us. The good, you're welcome. Yes, and then so we are flagged on two sides. On one side, we have the political, political parties doing their primaries, and so many news falling out of this. On the other hand, the other side, we have the ISWAP, Boko Haram, kidnapping, banditry, whatever you call it, going on the other side. There is a video that I probably play later, where the ones 400 and something that was kidnapped, they were being shown, they had a video out yesterday saying that the people are still there and they're still waiting for government to pay them the 1 billion naira that was asked for. And so here we are, and I'll come to you, sir. Dele Farrow to me was saying something very, very, which I think we have talked about here, which is the critical mass. If we do not form a critical mass, then that means we are not serious. What is your position in terms of what you have observed so far with the results of the primary elections, both in APC and other parties? What do you see? Are we moving in the right trajectory, or is there something that we need to advise our people to do? Yes, sir. Are you hearing me? Yeah.
Or the good?
No, the good.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to the other gentleman.
No, I'm coming to you. You just came in, so let's hear from you.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I just came in now. Actually, I just finished work, and I saw the notification, and I heard the gentleman talking about how Southeastern youths have been, all of them, the way they are suffering from all this kind of liver, kidney disease, disease. That's where I.
No, you can go on from there, because earlier on in the interview, I had Professor Benjamin Nwosu, who discussed extensively on his research on diabetes and and all that, and talked generally about health in Nigeria and around the world. He touched on all those things, and yeah, if you have we can start from there. Feel free to talk about it. We are here to hear from you.
Oh yeah, all right. I just like to say that he's actually saying the truth. He's not, because I told you I just came back a few months ago, actually in March. For the past since 2018, I've been spending 3 months in Nigeria because I had a business there, And by 2024, I started spending 4 months in Nigeria trying to rescue the business until, this 2 months ago that I shut down the whole thing on them. So I do interact with these guys, they don't care. You even from what they are drinking, it's adulterated, that is fake, and they don't care. If you try to advise them, they say, now only once somebody could die. Honestly, I interact with these guys. You'll be wondering, are you normal? For me, they know me there. If I go home, they know me if I'm in their midst. If you don't have a Guinness, another thing, forget about it. And I know where I drink my Guinness, my stout, Yeah. Because I drank a fake Guinness start somewhere. This is what I've been drinking since would I say early 90s, in the 90s. So I know once I put it in my mouth, if it's fake, I will know. I don't drink another thing. But if you are telling these people what is the source of what you are drinking, they will tell you, I'm gonna leave that thing. And they like freebies, you know. Free. If somebody declare, they don't care where it comes from, they just be drinking it. So my brother, you're not wrong. You are 100% right. I try to advise these people. They just leave that, forget that thing. And they know, like I said, they like freebies, you know, free things. Somebody will be mixing, drinking all type of. They don't even have brand, you know. As long as it's free, somebody declare the drink, they just be drinking it. So now let's let me come back to the politics now. Yes, that Dele Faro to me speech. I think he made it prior to 2023 election because I remember that speech. But the people you are fighting for, whatever, are they even ready? Honestly, the people you are trying to save, do they want to save themselves? I'm talking from experience. Like I told you, since 2018, I've never missed that country. I spent 3 months on 4 months. You know, in the last election, I was an agent for Labour Party. Imagine these people came to me when they need volunteers. I said, okay, yeah, to be an agent. Here I am. They want they started discussing money. I said, no, don't pay me. I will do it for free. They became angry that I have to bring my details because they want to go and get caught from the. How much are you paying me? I told him, how much are you paying? Oh, they will pay you 10,000. I said, go and punish you there with your 10,000 naira. Is that what you know? This people didn't include me in the list just because that 10,000 naira they are supposed to get caught from it again. What are you? Okay. Eventually, when I went to this thing, there was no Labour Party agent there. I have to, sit as a Labour Party agent to tell you the level of corruption in this thing. And after that, I was in a gathering. I thought these people are learned and graduates and everything. Some of they started complaining. And this time around. It's the person that gave them money that they will vote for, blah 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 blah. And the last time I cooked rice, I did meat pie. They didn't give me anything. I was like, "Are you normal?" Honestly, I'm telling you from experience. I became so disappointed because these are people who are taught that are educated. So you are waiting for them to come and reward you for what you know. I told them, if you know how much I invested in that election, you will not be seeing all this rubbish that you're saying. Even me that came from abroad, trying to see if you can save you people. Look at what your people are saying. Not only one, not two. All of them were just saying, this time around is the person that will give them number that will vote for. So basically, I've made up my mind. I beg, not that I will just forget about it, because I know I will be in Nigeria again at the time of election. I will still participate. You know, since I will be there. I know by January next year I'll be in Nigeria. So. But I just want you to remember that the people you are trying to save are not ready to save themselves. You know, honestly speaking.
What would you say from your own experience? Where you were, was it your local government? Was it your community?
Yes, I was in Anambra State. I was in Oka. In Oka, I was a Labour. I have my business. I was a Labour Party agent. I was the one that signed. That was I used to tell people it was only Labour Party that didn't have the acronym on the no, that sheet. What was that voters
returning sheet?
Yeah.
Voters register. Voters.
No, not register. You know that sheet that they complete. If you want to vote.
Yes.
That was where I was so shocked. How can all the whole parties have their acronym? Only Labour Party. It didn't have. I was there as I saw it. I was on assigned the Labour Party this thing to tell you the level of disenfranchisement and rigging that still. When it came to the time they are supposed to transmit the result, presidential this thing didn't go. We sat there. Okay, you have to. Okay, all others, went through. House a Senate and House of Federal House of Reps election. They all went through. The guy kept trying Labour. That was when I knew they used to have give them a number that they will insert. The guy brought the number again. Try. Then he called his supervisor. That's a supervisor that is that covered the whole area. The guy came. He tried it again. He didn't go. But the others, the Senate and reps, all went. So what the guy did, he told him to do it offline. That whatever this thing comes back, that it will, Can you believe it was after I came back to Europe a week after the election? That was when I saw the results in their portal, on their portal. Because I came
that you endorsed.
Yes, my result of my polling unit, because that was and before then they were announced the winner of the election. It took a week before I could find even my family. One of my cousins who was an agent too in Lagos told me, she couldn't find her own this thing until a week later. She was one that notified me that they've presented the result too. And then I want to check my, because you can check through your area, and everything. That was when I saw my own. Another guy that came to Nigeria from Australia couldn't find his own. He even asked me, my own polling this thing. There were about 69 people, so it wasn't many. But his own was about 200 something. They didn't. He couldn't find his own date. It's not on that portal. So I don't know. So the other thing is just. I don't know.
Just on this Zoom and this podcast, because majority of them think that what we are dealing with is as simple as walk in and go and vote. They don't know that the system is already queued against certain individuals. Thank you so much. And I'll come back to you, Mr. Ike. Now you are a participant on the election going on. You are a very you have not failed to tell us where you stand. But so far the way it's going, do you think that we can be able to wrestle this election from the evil hands that have continuously held it for a long time? Because if you notice, people like Benga Daniel had to withdraw with his own people. People like a friend of mine who's contesting in Benue. In fact, her own is even worse. They just went to the streets of her local government just started counting people who are standing on the street. You can see the video. I have the video, but you're not giving permission to play it. That's why I'm not playing it. They just started counting people on the streets. Okay, counting people on the street, counting people on the street, and then eventually just that is it, you know. And then they got into their military vehicle and moved. Now that is yes. So they were escorted there by a military vehicle, and
Military.
yes, and then they left. Now they also in Makodi, the same thing went. It was all arranged. Nobody casted anything. Nobody called anybody. They just wrote what they wanted. In fact, in some polling booths, they brought the results. In some of the primaries, they brought the results and just brought it there. It doesn't matter whether you vote or you didn't vote. The Anambra own, which the chief priest was talking about. So I say Anambra Oweri.
Igbo.
Yes, he was there. He was present when the counting was done. He is present. The magic counting was done from 55 to 100 and all that. You know, right in his presence. And these are members of the same party. It's not as if they are different parties. So the question now being, Mr. Ike, are you people going to build a formidable team that will match this, seeing that this is how it's going to go? I don't want to mention the other place where you have packages of Naira being distributed with the president's name on it, you know, which simply means that the president is one sanctioning the distribution of the money. Well, let us take it. Let's reframe it. Somebody has put the president picture on the package, you know, envelopes of money, and is distributing it. When they give it to you, they collect your PVC. When they give it to you, they collect. So, what is going on, Mr. Ike?
Well, KJ, thank you. First of all, let me start with the people who were Labour Party members in the House of Rep who rode an obese wave to the National Assembly, and after they entered the National Assembly, they switched to APC, right? The guy from Enugu State, who his brother was murdered, that was supposed to be the person that was supposed to go, you know. The one from Kaduna State, Okada rider. He was an Okada rider who, you know, who became a member of the House of Rep. The one from Delta State, the one from Edo State, all of them that decided to go to APC, today, all of them lost. All those people from LP who went to APC, all of them lost their primary election today. None of them were able to win. The man in the one that is in Abuja, somebody Obika in Abuja, we have told him that joining NDC is not going to save you because you can never come back. We know each and every one of them. All those people who jumped on Obi wave and left, and are trying to go to NDC. One of the people who lost the election today, when he heard that Mr. Peter Obi went to NDC, he left the APC and he came to NDC. His people from Edo State pursued him from NDC. He went to the place. He said, "No, I'm not trying to join NDC, and I'm still a member of APC." Today he went an election, he lost. The one from Oshimini, Delta State, the election was supposed to be by 11 o'clock. He was there by 10 minutes to 11. Before 10, when they arrived there, they told him that the primary election has been concluded and somebody had been declared the winner. So, listen, you know, KJ,
what a country.
If 2023 did not happen, we will not know how bad and how rotten Nigeria is. I think it's a very big lesson to all of us. So, like my brother, the good, who was in Nigeria, who participated in the labor during this time, I want to thank you for doing that. There was a time I really, after the election, I wanted to give up anything concerning Nigeria, you know. But when I look at my principal, who is Mr. Peter Obi, when I look at the man and see what this man is doing, I said, this is a man who has nothing to lose. If he said that he don't want to do politics tomorrow, he's a multi-billionaire in dollar, in pounds, in any kind of currency you can talk about. He's a multi-billionaire. So he has nothing to lose. But he's still in the trenches saying, no, Nigeria must be better. We must have a better Nigeria. So that's how my spirit came back. And ever since my spirit came back, I've never given up. So, KJ, let me tell you, it's true. 2023 was a very big lesson to everybody. And I am telling you that this 2027, it's going to be war. Forget that. Listen, being war is not something that we have to say, no, you don't say. It's going to be war. Because that is the system we have found ourselves. That is the system that we are operating. Look at the APC primary election today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 200, 250, 500, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,500. This, you can see the number of people that are not up to 20. One group in Abia State, they say after they finish counting you, they say go at the back. Those people that have counted in front, they ask them to go line at the back again. They begin to count them again about 2 or 3 times. They repeated the counting about 2 or 3 times. So it's to tell you what APC is all about. The president have told you, just go and vote and leave the rest for me. So anybody who is telling you that they want to be part of this new Nigeria we are talking about, and you are not ready to bleed blood and water, my brother and sister, you are not ready, because it's not gonna be what it is. This time around, the one of 23 is just an eye opener. So I want to assure you that, like KJ, you're a journalist. It's not everything that you display on a platform or in the news, what the lessons learned. But there are a few things that you always hear the people to say in the public, but there are so many things that cannot be said in the public. So it's not going to be as it used to be before. And I am telling you that 2027 is going to bleed blood and water, because like my brother said here, the people that you want to save, are they really ready to save themselves? That's another 1 million question. But we cannot give up on them. You remember Peter Obi asked in Enugu, is it only in Igbo land they have boys? What of other tribe of Nigeria? We don't have city boys, only in Igbo land that we have boys. So the governor of Imo State, who the Obi Kubana, Obi whatever, is his son, was speaking the same day before the election. Don't use your last money to go and do election because it causes stroke. Don't use your last money to go and do election because it will cause stroke. The money you use for politics is the extra money you have so that you don't die of stroke. So if the governor of Imo State is telling you that, that is to show you that this guy who went to kneel before the vice president and the president and his son is to tell you that his father in Imo State, which is the governor of Imo State, don't even want him near close to that place because his own boy is the member of the House representative, the current one right now. So all these things that you see that is going on, do you hear about city boys anymore? Well, do you hear anything about city boys? City boys has gone because city boys has finished. They have finished. They have gone and gone for good. Because that's why we launched Village Boys, and the Village Boys has taken the city boys away from the system. So it's not going to be easy, KJ. But I want to see that Nigerians will continue to listen to that particular clip you play, because it is not time that you say, I'm not going to be part of it. Me and you who live outside Nigeria, we can decide I'm not going to be part of it. And nobody's going to hold me accountable. But what of your brothers? What of your sisters? What of your family? What of your friends? What of your schoolmates? Look at my brother who tried to invest in Nigeria. You see the testimony of my brother. He tried to invest, and all of a sudden he decided to pack up that business. That's the country we have found ourselves. You don't trust anybody. Even your own brother, something that will cost you 50,000, he will tell you it is 500,000 naira, because they believe that there is somewhere, there is a plant you plant in your backyard where you live, where the dollar is growing. So anything that is supposed to be 50,000 naira is going to be 250,000 naira. So you see, the criminality is in every system. Everybody wants to take advantage of you, and that is so sad. Because this, my brother, who is telling you he tried to invest in Nigeria, he wasn't investing in Nigeria because he doesn't know what he's going to do with his money. Because he believed that charity begins at home. He want to go home. Maybe tomorrow he decides to live where he's living. But you can imagine, every 3 months he's in Nigeria. Every 3 months he's in Nigeria. Now he increased it to 4 months. And look at the last result that he decided to pack it up. How encouraging is it going to be for you who is dreaming and having a vision to say, I want to invest back. You want to invest back. Are you ready to go to Nigeria every month? Because I'm not ready to do that. Because the risk of going to Nigeria every day is higher than the whatever investment you want to make in Nigeria. Because when they begin to see you every month, they will plan your kidnap. Your family members will plan your kidnap. So it's a very crazy country that we find ourselves. But we are not going to say we are going to fold our hands and leave it to be like that. So, KJ, I'm telling you that those people who rode on Mr. Peter Obi's back that are trying to meander back to NDC, just watch next week from 28th. The primary election will start. You see what is going to happen to all of them. Do you know why Ireti Kingiwe did not to the camp? Because he already know that he know already that she's not coming back. As long as Aisha has said that he's going for Senate, she's gone. She's gone. She's a goner. And that's why she didn't go back to NDC. That's why she decided to remain in ADC, because she know that whether she's in ADC, wherever she is, as long as Aisha Yusuf said that she's going for Senate, she know that he's a goner. So it's something that we know, that is going on. But I want you to know that it's not going to be like 2023. Mr. Peter Obi keep telling us, I am going to be on the ballot. People do not understand what he was saying. He never said I'm going to be in ADC ballot. He never said I'm going to be in Labour Party ballot. But he keep telling you that I'm going to be in the ballot. Today is in the ballot. So, a lot of people will not understand why Mr. Peter Obi went to ADC. People will say so many things. But the people who know the reason why he went to ADC know why he went to ADC. Because people who know that the ADC is not the final boss. But there was a mission. There was a particular mission for Peter to go to ADC. And we accomplished that mission. So on the surface, people can say whatever they want. It doesn't matter. But there was a mission. Because it was something that we are saying, oh no, don't do it, don't do that. No, there were so many reasons given why he shouldn't. But there are people who belong to this system we are talking about, who are telling him, hey, guy, you need to go in. Because when you go in there, you can see what you need to see. And whatever you're moving next will give you a better view of what you are trying to face in 2027. So a lot of people know that ADC was not the final bus stop of Mr. Peter Obi. But it's not something that people has to be saying every time, but glad that it has happened. Oh, he left ADC. That's what the press want to hear. But the reason and the reason and the reason and the reason why, and where that meeting was hatched at the last minute before he decided to go ADC, there was a reason, there was a purpose, there was a mission to accomplish. And that mission was accomplished in ADC. And that's why he moved to where he was moved. Do you know how NDC came to be. Do you know when the music was being played behind the scene? NDC didn't just happen, or the conversation didn't just happen yesterday, and he and Kwankwaso went to NDC. You know, so it's like KJ, you're a journalist. You know Nigerian politics. You know, so many behind the scene. A lot of things happens. So
no, I'm not one of those who will say why did Obi leave. No, I will never say that, because you see the Igbos have a proverb that the person who is pursuing a small chicken, okay, the only duty of the chicken is to keep running up and down and dodging for his life. But you who is chasing it, you are the one who will be falling up and down. You will fall when it dodge. You will fall when it dodge. You keep falling on the ground, trying to catch it. So in this case, we all know that the system was skewed against a particular man, and they're looking for a way to entrap him. And we are all amazed at his always one step ahead of them. Everybody knows this. So if not, I have never seen a nation where there's a ruling party that is in government, but both the opposition and the governing party are after one man. So it doesn't make sense to me, except that there's something they see in that man that is making all of them to be now criticizing that man. Adam Oshomole said that they in the opposition will not campaign against P2B, that they will leave it to the opposition. And the opposition is doing what Adam Oshomole said. Okay, so a man that we know that was living in bondage have not said to leave his bondage. He's still using the bondage to go around. Living in bondage? Yeah, still living in bondage. So now these are the individuals who don't seem to understand what is going on in the society they live in. It's not all about money. Not everything is not all about money. Everything is not all about where your mouth fits, and that's why you put your hand. And so I'm not one of those. As a matter of fact, I applaud P2B for that move, and I hope that he still keeps his eyes on the ball. Nobody, and I say it again, I've said it here before. We are only pundits, as Ovie will say. We're only trying to pontificate what's going to happen. We are not politicians. He is the one who is on the ground. On daily basis, he's seeing what is going on. He's watching. There's something you call a situation room. Every day he meets with people on ground, and they give you a situation report. You can't say you are more placed better than the person who is on the ground looking for how to survive, and you think you would. It's not possible. So we can only speculate based on news and analysis that come from here and there. We say, okay, this is how we're feeling is going to go, but we may all just be wrong. Okay, so for P2B, I think he's doing a good job. For Atiku, I think he's also doing a good job, which he was called to do, which is to keep making sure that the votes are scattered, because these people are not after the good of Nigeria. Because if you are after the good of Nigeria, you will not, because of your own personal ego, and keep holding on to your desire to be president, even when you know you're not likely going to make it, But so that we don't overflow the issue. What do you guys think about the recent move by America? And this move that America made brought a lot of backlash from Mr. Gumi. Mr. Gumi had to say this some time ago.
We are under pressure to fight government that has helicopters, is bombarding us. So you remove the pressure, the need for the money is there. When you go there, you don't see any luxurious life. You don't see any luxurious life at all. They are living in huts. They have nothing. They drink sometimes from the stream. So I don't think we can say that they are used to a luxurious life that they won't live it. Actually, they don't even know it with all the money they get.
Sheikh, like you said, they are under pressure. Government is bombarding them, and according to what you say, they are saying that it looks like they are under attack. So maybe they are acquiring weapons to protect themselves. But then again, if the pressure is that much, why don't they renounce banditry? And are they also considering the lives of those that they are also taking and the lives of people that they are also making, unlivable?
Okay, you see, if they leave banditry, they won't have source of financing their war machine. The question you ask, why are they fighting them? You see, the herdsman has gone through a lot of hardship. No government has really actually sat down to see into their plight, to modernize them, to even spend anything. Not one kobo of our Nigerian budget goes to them. And now they feel they are.
Okay. You all had, I not trying to bring in commentaries from the comment section, but the guy I just highlighted your comment. The link is just a bit after your two comments. You can actually click on it and come onto the studio, and then give us a better perspective of what you're saying. We are not, we don't have any, we have no restriction. Anybody can come to this platform and make his own comment. What the panelists are saying here today is that we have not seen a nation where we are making law to chase after one individual. That's what we have seen here, except you are reading wrongly. Except we are reading wrongly, and you are the one reading rightly. Come and tell us how right you are, different from everything Nigerians are seeing and saying. It's possible that you are the right person here. We're not, arguing that with you, but you have the link is just up there. Please click and come up so that we can talk. Having said that, let's move on, gentlemen. Mr. Gumi made a statement, and I want you guys. He said they are bombing us. So is he part of the system, or is he part of the bandits, or? So please, guys, let's try and understand what is really going on, because any other person by now, the DSS would have picked the people and they would have been asking them all kinds of questions. Why is it that this guy keeps making these statements and nobody is questioning him? And what is wrong if America assists Nigeria to take off people who ordinarily we have not been able to take care of for many years? Nigerian Army gave a report saying this man was killed in 2024, but today they are saying something different. Gentlemen, are we missing any puzzle here? If they are missing any puzzle, let us know, please. Mr. The Good.
Yeah, if you remember, if you can recall, they killed Shekau several times. If you remember in the days of Buhari, they will tell you, he's been eliminated, blah, blah, blah. They even display the flag of the Boko Haram and everything. The next time, the Shekau will come up on the and debunk the whole thing. So, Nigerian military and or whatever is what I would call the more you look, the less you see. I don't anything that comes from their from their side, I don't really take it serious anymore. Because how can you tell me? Just look at just this gummy of a guy. He and the other professor, that Usman, that was talking, trying to indict P2B on, those guys are snakes, very manipulative. I remember a couple of years ago, during Buhari, this thing, they were the one. I even saw a video. They went into the bush visiting these boys. They even confessed that some of them are hard on drugs. I saw the video. I don't know if you can.
So the question, the good, is this. So let me try and rephrase it. What is difficult for Nigerian army or the military to be able to pin down a ragtag army that didn't take Mali less than 4 days to get rid of them? What is and Mali don't have the kind of armory that we have. How come Mali was able to execute a plan that got them all in one place, that we are not able to execute such a plan? why be it that the army is more or less concerned with the southeast, going from village to village and burning innocent people's houses, and leaving the place of the theater of the war that is somewhere around Sambisa and the alike? What is the problem? Is it so? Let somebody please redirect this thing. Is it that we're asking the wrong question, or is something really, are we not getting the right thing? But I don't know what else to say. A whole Nigerian army, the same Nigerian army in 1983 that almost ran over Cameroon, okay, with then Lieutenant Colonel Buhari leading this thing.
No, it was Shad.
Who?
It was Shad. When the Shad, those Shadiran, the thing you are, the incident you are referring to was.
Yes, yeah. How come today we're not able to do anything?
So, like I said earlier, my brother, if they explain Nigeria to you, and you understand it, then there's nothing wrong with your head, Honestly speaking, believe me, it's what I experienced, for the past 9 years or 8 to 9 years. I've been, sometimes I will, wake up, from my sleep. I will just be thinking, because, like my friend alluded to, I want to retire back home now. I'm here 26 years. And that was one of the reasons I went home to try to invest on something, so that if I, go home, I will, So sometimes it pains me, and I just, it boils down to value system. Look at the Gumi coming to tell us we should negotiate with terrorists. We should negotiate with drug addicts. If you know, who knows the kind of drugs those boys are, into. I just a couple of a couple of weeks ago, I got a report about some kids that went to do mock jam in Niger State. As they were coming back, they were waylaid and they were kidnapped. Did all sorts of things to the female ones. I don't want to mention it here because when it pains me. These are Southeastern students. They paid for mock jam. After paying for the mock jam, you told them, oh, there's no chance for them to write it in Southeast, or if they want to go and write it in the North. Some of them went to Niger State and to northern states. As they were coming back, they were kidnapped. I don't want to say what they did to the female ones among them. Those kids are going to be traumatized. They're going to be traumatized for the rest of their lives, just because they want to get education. They want, imagine. So these are the kind of people you want the government to come and negotiate with. How long are you going to continue to be paying them off? We all see, it's only in Nigeria that you see, we hear of repentant terrorists. Can a terrorist repent? They will even show a shebi for them, and then they will be showing it on camera and be proud of it. We had the CDS called them prodigal sons. So sometimes that's why I said sometimes if they explain Nigeria to you and you said you understand it, then your own head need to be checked. So, my brother, as for me, that Nigerian military has been infiltrated by by some elements. So no matter how you try to fix it or say it, before you even say your this will be leaked. All this while they've been denying that they don't integrate these Boko Haram people into the military until one white guy, one guy from Holland, I think, went to Nigeria and actually did a how that guy risked his life to expose those things. But all this while they've been denying that these people are not, they're not in the military. I remember I saw a video. No, you saw a video just about a comment about one guy. It was audio comment. He was in the army. He said he's a lefty. He's a sniper. He was eliminating, taking out all these terrorists, and another guy shot him. I said, "Why are you killing those?"
Yeah, I watched that interview.
Yeah, imagine. A sympathizer of him, the guy who shot him. That you kill people too much. So that goes to tell you that that country is gone. Imagine your military. You alluded to what happened in Mali. Do you think such will have happened in Nigeria? No. Even when they are caught, they will tell you that they have been rehabilitated and they can even be your president. They can contest to be president of your country. So,
all right. Thank you so much. Yeah, Ike.
You heard when Gumi said that these guys, if they stop their banditry, how can they equip their military, their weapons? He said it on that interview when the lady was asking him, are they not thinking about the people that are destroying their life? And also, are they not even thinking about their own lives? Can they see now that when there is the pressure is on them, can they surrender? He said they cannot. They cannot surrender. So the issue of Gumi is what is known by everybody. It's bigger than the government of Nigeria, and there is nothing anybody can do him in Nigeria because of the system we are operating. But I believe that a day of reckoning is coming for everybody. He will think now he's too powerful. He's protected by his kinsmen. Nobody can do him anything. But I believe that, like as I say, a day of reckoning is going to come to some people in Nigeria someday, and they will see that Nigeria can be better. Like as you said, a ragtag army, that's why you wonder and ask yourself a question. If the government is not accomplished to what is going on, if they're not part of what is going on, if they're not benefiting from what is going on, if they are not even the architect of what confusion and what is going on, in order to keep themselves in power. Tell me the reason why these people, Nigerians, cannot, put their heads on their pillow and sleep. Where you have Nigerian military, one of the finest in the world. At the days of ECOMOG, we have liberated so many countries in Africa and around the world. And the people who doesn't have any military training are the people that is holding a country like Nigeria into ransom. And we can't do anything. It's like our hands are tied at our back. You're talking about the Mali on, you see, like you said, the system, the government of Mali, the Mali government showed as if that these people had overpowered them. They allowed them to come into the city. and they were shooting, jubilating that they have taken over Mali, you know. And when they went to the center where the government wanted and needed them, they rounded them up. And that is it. Because these people are ragtag armies. These people cannot overpower Nigerian military. But it is because some of your government is part of the system. Your government is part of the crime scene. They created the crime scene so that me and you will continue to argue and kill ourselves and talk about it. Why they are making the money they are making, why they are creating their political dynasty, what they are doing. You know, so I've never ever said that Nigerian government is not accomplished to what is going on. They are 99.5% accomplished to the crime, what is going on in Nigeria. They are involved. All of them in the politicians and the military, they are involved. And all those people they call the mafians in Nigeria, they are all involved in what is going on. Because that's the only way they know that they can keep their political dynasty. But I believe that a day of reckoning is coming. The word of Delefaro to me, if you have any problem with your PVC, go and reconcile with your PVC, because if you are staying outside and saying it doesn't concern you, the days of it doesn't concern me has gone. You know, because we don't know, NSAS came, we don't know what is going to come after 2027. It might be a revolution. We don't know, you know. So, my prayer and my hope for Nigerians themselves is that they should be able to see 2027 as a year that they can be able to take back their country through democratic process, in whichever way that the government of the day want Nigerians to take over their country. But I believe that what is going on in the north, the killing, and all this kidnapping and what is going on in Nigeria, the government is accomplice to it. Buhari's son won primary election. Abdulsalam Abubakar, his son won primary election today, under which party? APC. And these are the same people who will come and tell you that the APC Bola Tinubu government is a useless government. But their children are winning primary election in the same party, APC. You know, so are you deceiving who? You're not deceiving anybody. But I think that Nigerians, if they feel that it is by going to the social media and showing their boom boom and making content is the way forward for them, I'm sorry, you know, because Nigeria is a country. Everybody will eat the meat. You know, if you don't eat that meat today, you are going to eat it tomorrow. That's the country we are. That's the country we are living right now. You know, you go reach everybody, and there is no hiding place for anybody. You go touch all of us. You understand? It's going to touch all of us. And brother, I just want to say, you know, I'm sorry that he couldn't do what he planned to do. Is the country we find ourselves. You know, so anybody who think that it's okay now, you know, everything is okay. Like the Cubana chief priest, if he says anything tomorrow, they will give him his file. He has to shut up, because if he say anything more than that, they will take the remaining thing that he has, and they will rot in jail. And there is nothing anybody can do, because Hope Uzodinma is not going to help him, because Hope Uzodinma himself is in trouble. So he has to fight for himself first before he's talking about Cubana chief priest. You know, so it's a situation whereby people don't know the country they find themselves. You know, but those who are on the ground know what is going on. So KJ, I tell you that Gumi is bigger than the government of Nigeria, because if not, how come? And the man, he said that America helped to kill. Let me believe that the man is dead, because like he said, they killed him before. And the other one, I know how many times they said they killed that one. How many times they killed Shakaro or whatever they call him. And this one I learned before. Somebody was saying yesterday, they said they have killed this man before. Now he's dead. So which one are we going to believe? The man is dead or is still alive, or is the man that was killed? So, it's a government of confusion. We don't know. This government is built on lies. They don't have any truth in them. They don't have any truth to tell Nigerians. So who do you believe? Every day they are amending their statement. Government is amending the statement they make in the public almost every 30 minutes. They are changing the statement they make to the public. Who do you want to believe? My brother.
Collecting voters card from people. Now, why will you collect voters card? It's the property of the individual who has the right under the Constitution to exercise. So that in itself is an indication of electoral fraud before the event. So I think Senator Wasiu Eshilokun will have to come and explain to us why is the one sponsoring an event where they are distributing money. They are even using an envelope containing the president's picture. Yes. And they are saying Bola Ahmed Tinubu Empowerment Program. Where is that money coming from?
I just want to take your quick takes on this video.
Okay, very quickly. This incident, this event that you showed, I thought I saw it on social media. Yes, and it said that the person who organized that event.
No, there are different events I put together.
But this particular one
with the,
that I'm seeing,
the Ghana must go by.
The Emilokon uniform.
Yes.
And this envelope that is being shown was an event organized by Senator Wasiu Eshilokun Sani, who is the representative, the senatorial representative from Lagos Central. Before he went to the Senate, he was deputy speaker in the Lagos State House of Assembly, and then he succeeded Senator Oluremi Tinubu as the representative from Lagos Central. So they called it empowerment. But the empowerment, what we have seen here is the spectacle of Ghana Must Go, of the distribution of envelopes, with persons being told that, don't worry, you will all collect. Now, this is why you...
Okay, that's our own Ruben Abati. Again, giving volume to whatever is going on. You see,
KJ, sorry, KJ, for me to come in. This one they just showed. It has been happening since in the whole West, in the whole state, in the West. This is what is going on in the West, from Ogun State to Lagos State. That's the politics. They give you money, they collect your PVC. They give you money, they collect. So the election already have started. The rigging already has started already. Like this particular one with the picture of your president. And the money about 350 million or something naira that I saw on the one from Borno State in a table heap of money. How much is the salary of a senator, for Christ's sake? How much does the senators earn?
Okay, Ike, the Seraph, which is an organization in Nigeria, is an NGO, have taken the federal government to court, the Governors Forum to court, to explain how they got 800 billion from the federal allocations to their states. But you see, we don't have much hope because the judiciary is in Wike's office. So because it's under Wike, you can, except Wike is the only one who gets preferable judgment from the courts. So, but if Seraph and the Nigerian court system is working, the question be, how did the Governors Forum able to extract money from federal allocation to their states to the tune of 800 billion? Big question. Second big question, who is held accountable when money that is not budgeted for is taken out and used for other things? How come EFCC is not seeing all this money? I mean, is it not election money? Is it also time for election? Has a campaign begun? If campaign has begun, why are they not monitoring to see who is collecting money? So, gentlemen, we said on this panel that the election of Bola Tinubu has brought an end to law and order in Nigeria. Are we wrong, Mr. Good, Mr. D. Good?
Well, you know the answer to your question.
No, I don't know. I'm just asking you guys about the answers.
Is it not Adams Oshomola that told that said that once you join APC, all your sins are forgiven?
All your sins are forgiven.
Those governors that you talked about, which party are they in? The last time I checked, it's not all the governors. It's the APC governor, whatever. That
APC governors at 31.
Yeah. I mean the 800 billion naira, whatever. That
all
is
APC governors.
It's APC governor that Hope Uzodinma is the chair. So as long as they are APC, my brother, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen. That and it comes back to all these people shouting that the president is giving them more money. Most of that money is being exported back to the West. The last time I was on this show, I think I told you the story of how I was in a gathering where some local government people came in, and those guys spent 50 million naira on the spot. They came with their entire, they were just drinking champagne and wine and expensive, At the end of the day, their bill, was about almost 50 million naira, 49 something. I'm like, we're in trouble in this country. These people are just local government people. They don't even call themselves local government chairman again. They go by the name now, mayor. They are not mayor. So, KJ, as long as it's APC, nothing is, at the end of the day, they will throw the case away. It boils down to that thing I tell people, anytime hold your local government accountable, hold your governor accountable. They are giving them more money. Which more money? My brother, to solve that country's problem is easy. For me, as somebody who studied business enterprise and development, I can solve that country problem in just 1 year. Dangote is there. That is the key. That money, imagine somebody who is refining 650 million barrels of crude. 650,000 barrels of crude every day. Out of the 19 shipped cargo that you are supposed to be giving him, you're only giving him 9, sometimes 7. He now has to go into the international market to buy, the shortage, and you are complaining of high cost of petrol in Nigeria. The man has told you several times that he's not getting enough from the Nigeria, who's an oil producing nation. Isn't that a shame? The unemployment issue in Nigeria can be solved by, by a visionary leader. It's simple. Believe me, I argue with people. I said that Dangote refinery you see there can create 40 million jobs in the next 5 years, both direct and indirect. I know what I'm talking about. I was in a car shop, in a car wash. This young girl came up to me, and she was advertising this washing up liquid and car wash. Normally, I used to bring my own car from abroad, because it contains all this wax and everything. So I just, let me just buy this thing. She sold I bought this small bottle of the washing up liquid and then the car wash. I got home, I tried it. Yeah, it's still okay for local, This a young university student that is doing this thing from home. What if government empower them and train them and that Dangote is although before I saw I saw a post where they said Dangote is going to be producing something that because all these things they're all petrochemical, they are petrochem. All this this thing that material that they use for washing up liquids and soap and everything, they're all petrochemicals. Why not government? Dangote, you say you need 650,000 barrels of crude oil, and you have a specification. I know it's the light crude. Give it to him. Then sit with him. Tell him this thing, because he will refine the product. He has the modern refinery, that can refine up to many byproducts. Give it to him. Then let him give you those products, and then the rest he can sell jet fuel and make his money. But no, they rather hide under the guise of selling crude oil. Okay, let me just even come back now. Has anybody even asked these people since this U.S. and Iran war? The crude oil has been hovering above $100. The excess money, and I know the benchmark for crude is 65 naira. No, $65 per barrel on Nigerian budget. Who is accounting for the excess money that they are making? If you ask them, we are giving them more money, we are giving governors and our more money. Meanwhile, they are squandering it. Why not go back to that excess account saving? Where you will keep those money for investment. That's why a person like P2B will never allow this. No, he will say, no, we are going to save that money. Imagine we are making so much money. And the president is going about with his Babiala bowl, begging for money. Last week, he was asking for $1.25 billion from World Bank. But you are making more money. You are making excess money. So, I mean, Nigeria just, and if you talk, his people will come, oh, yeah, he need the money. It's money not for spending. My mentor, Bismarck Rewani, used to say, if you don't save, you can't invest. And if you don't invest, you can't gain. You have to, and my father used to tell me this when I was young. He would tell me, foolish is the man that doesn't have a saving. And he lives with me till day that yes, I'm okay. I would say but these people, all what they care is that bring the money, let's share it, squander it. That's why when I hear that Amechi coming up to say let's put our this in there and then let's people judge. You that fought against excess account that made Jonathan to bring it out and you share it. You say you are bringing what's it called metro this thing or whatever. At the end of the day, the money that was budgeted for the metro this thing, you diverted to Buhari's campaign, and that was how the money the whole thing disappeared. So I don't know.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted Ike to know that we have some of these videos, just that we don't want to show them. We have the money sharing. In fact, one of Ike, I promise you, one of the things I'm going to do this week, I will collect all the videos and pictures of all the money sharing business. Then we will just use it as a program as the week goes ahead, so that you guys can see, so that we all begin to prepare our mind how we will either go out and wrestle them, like I said, inch for inch, because that's the way it is.
The first picture you showed, I showed it to my wife yesterday.
Yes.
And my wife was asking me, honey, is it where is the money? Where is this money? I said the money is in somebody's house. He said somebody's house. I said yes. He said, where did he get this kind of money? This money is in somebody's house in Nigeria. I said, yeah, the senator. And she asked me, how much is the salary of a senator? Yeah, this particular one.
Jesus.
And my wife said, so in Nigeria, you are allowed to put this kind of money in your house.
As long as you are
where is the source of this money? Honey, can you tell me where is the source of this money? Where did this money come from?
You can see it's come from a bank. Now look at the stamp of the bank they came from is here now. These are the stamps from the bank that issued it. So they know where it came from. Look, this is the stamp on the bank that issued it.
When you know we are living in a place, I know the bank and everybody know how much is my salary. For at the end of the month, that money comes in more than that salary. You have to tell them where the extra money is coming from.
Yeah.
So
that is in a place where things work well.
Oh, my brother.
In a place where accountability, even though they're not Christians like us, they do things the appropriate way.
If you, my sister, happy Sunday.
If you are welcome, you made it. Welcome back. You made it back. Welcome.
If you're a Nigeria, go see a lot.
All got exercise.
Uncle, I came back. I jam at work.
Okay.
Good evening.
It's good, my dear. Keep it up. I do every day. Only
yeah.
today
I did. Yeah. So if you like, you are welcome. One of the issues that I asked Professor Benjamin today was, how be it that Nigeria in particular is not able to research into breast cancer and fibroids and things like what's the other one? Prostate.
JJ, what kind of question is that? You just want to hear my voice, or you just want to say something to me? Which kind of wahala this is? How can you do a research when you don't even have electricity? How can you do it? Do you know what it means to do a research?
No, but you see, listen.
You're going too far. No, KJ, don't piss me off. You're going too far. Do you know what it means to do a research?
I don't know. That's why you are the professional. Teach us. What does it take? Because if we can give, hold on, here is my argument.
How can a lab run without electricity?
Yeah.
Are you going to turn the generator to run the lab?
No, but Dangote built his own generator in his own refinery. He built his own system. So it's not operating within the system of Nigeria. So if we want to
you telling me that wait a minute. Do you know how much that goes into research?
I don't know, because I'm not a professional.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That you call Dangote, you did not call ordinary man on the street.
Yeah, but that's
example. Of all the people you want to give me example, it was Dangote that you mentioned.
That is because we used 15 trillion to build road. We used 15 trillion to build road, and we're using 13 trillion to build another one. So if you put 13 trillion plus 15 trillion.
Ask your president, ask your transportation minister, whatever his name is. Go ask them. I don't know. They just borrowed another $1.2 billion. Fresh. Go ask them. I don't know. But 100 or 200 or 300 years to come, Nigeria, Africa can never do research. Period. We have to even start from common, what is the commonest thing I can even say? Yeah,
malaria vaccine.
But hold on. Somebody said they did a research on how to make kilishi. They spent 3 billion naira. Did you guys see the video? One professor.
I have Kwili here.
No, the guy said they asked him how did you spend the 3 billion naira? He said they use it on how to optimize kilishi.
And that is who you want me to sit down and argue with. And KJ has the whole nerves to ask me why we can't. Eh?
No, you know, if sometimes when we talk, people think we are just doing propaganda.
If you're talking about research, come to Emory Hospital, Emory Research Center, and come and see what research is all about. You will see on top of your voice. This one will be child's play.
To be candid,
the money people invest in trying to find a vaccine.
To be candid, I went to University of Maryland.
Instead of 1.2 billion, your president borrowed to go do election. I
went into Maryland, University of Maryland Hospital, to see a patient. Honestly, to be frank, I was shocked.
What shocked you? Hold on. What shocked you?
What shocked me was the level of equipment I saw. In the normal ward. I had to take pictures. I said, hey, Chineke. In fact, I caused the Nigerian, I was in that, as I left that hospital, I caused the Nigerian government again.
What are you talking about?
I caused them.
It's a normal thing now.
Because the system, once you walk into the ward and you are there as a patient, the system monitors everything about the individual. Eh? Are we in the same world?
No, we are not.
Are we in the same world?
No, we are not.
Hey, nah. I was so. Oh no.
KJ, no, we are not. I'm trying to see. Mr. Dugood, where are you?
Huh?
Where are you? Which country are you in?
You won't make them send their people to me.
Listen, they even showed me equipment that can monitor the process.
I don't have it. I'm in the Republic of Ireland.
Okay. KJ, what did you just say?
They showed me equipment that even monitors the process of putting in, some intravenous distance. How fast?
That's nothing now.
They showed me the one that monitors the heart, whether it's going to. They showed me. After a while, the lady said, "Are you getting me?" I said, "You're so sad. Are you getting me?" I said, "No, I'm sad for myself. I'm not sad because of anything."
Ultrasound for putting. I mean, there is no way we won't even get there. Let's be honest.
Just go to a general hospital.
Oh no!
You're trying to put an IV, you couldn't find the. Just go get a vein find. If it doesn't work, go get an ultrasound.
Oh no! In fact, I sad for myself. I sad for myself.
KJ.
Honestly, I mean, I couldn't believe that I am in the same world with these people. You enter our ward, you enter our Nigerian hospitals, you only see one.
Why are you like this now?
Please, whoever is the people in this country that are running this, I beg we're gonna help our grandchildren.
Tell your president to go
be us again.
Now the same Lagos where he say he built. MC Oluomo's children, he's a nurse. One of the daughters is a nurse in the hospital where I work here in Atlanta. Excuse me. Yes.
Huh? No.
What are you guys talking about? All of their kids are not. All of their kids are. All of them. They were here in abroad. All of them.
And I'm still no more in Nigeria disturbing the peace of the people. Yes.
Your president doesn't even use the hospital that you built for Lagos.
You guys, please forgive me if I'm being too sad. But when you see, In DC, the buses that we use in Abuja, we call it Aero 5 buses. And that's the same bus that is operating effectively in DC, running on time, well maintained, and they are running with no problem.
Did you see
the same
any,
buses?
What do they even call them? These people.
The same buses. Look, so when some of us come here, we are coming here because we are so we don't even know what to do again. You don't even know what to say again, because so when they talk down on you, why will you be annoyed? Because they're seeing you people as not being capable of even being human beings. Every day we have, we will have videos of manning humanity to man going on in our streets.
KJ, let me tell you something. When you talk about compassionate care, you see how let me say, for example, if Dangote comes there, the same care Dangote receives is the same care an ordinary person from the street is gonna receive.
Yes.
Nobody give a F about who Dangote is or who the same care. The only thing is that, like the hospital I work, they still have semi-private room. The only difference is that they will just put him in a private room. Other than that, it's the same care. It's the same nurse. It's the same anything you can think of. It's the same thing. I'm gonna give the same doctor that finished seeing him. We go to the same room to see another person from the street. Okay, this person say if you visit China, then you get to see in heaven. My sister went to China for the first time, and she called me. Do you know what she said? In my language, he said, that's the only thing that she said it remains small. They will start resurrecting the dead. That's the only thing it remains for China to do. That's the only thing. Do people buy here? Yes, people buy. But most of the buy is not due to negligence, It's just very few. People buy. But there are some things people don't buy for. For example, the young girl that buy because of snake bite. While we are still talking that in 911, of course, yes, 5 minutes. Look at hospital right there. They are here. In fact, these people, first responders, we even take care of you before you get to hospital. These things are not rocket science. It is doable. It is not rocket science. Okay? And every day they're still doing more research. You're talking about research. And that's why I said the money these people pour into research, this 1.2 billion where you got borrowed just to do election is nothing compared to. Because the scientists, remind you, they are doing this research, is failing, they are coming up, they're failing. It's not that once they do it, they will be successful. They don't give up. And they are pouring money into it. And all your leaders will leave Nigeria and come here to come and seek healthcare. Go to France, Europe, America, China, anywhere. What are you talking about, my brother? You never see anything. Go to their ICU. You'll be like, If you go to their ICU, you'll be like, your mouth will drool from,
No, let's even talk about going to hospital in Nigeria, because I do visit hospital in Nigeria when I get to Nigeria.
Now, what is your problem? You too. What is your problem?
No, I'm telling you my experience now. It's what I do every year.
Let's not bring Nigeria to this conversation.
No, there are people that leave these people alone. We've experienced
my brother, Mbamba, you're going too far.
No, because some of them are listening, because last time I was arguing with one of them. I said that I want to do hernia, they don't call it operation here.
Repair. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. They call it repair. It's not operation. Yeah, exactly. They call it hernia repair. Within 24 hours, I was attended to by 5 doctors, 13 nurses. In fact, I was the one that discharged myself. What is this? Because I've never been to hospital.
Come to my defense. Give it to them. My sister is here. Dr. Adama is here. Give it to them.
Please. Did you
Who
just
is
say
attacking
13
you?
nurses? Hold on. Did you
Who is
just say
attacking you
13
now?
nurses? No.
I didn't say you're attacking me. I said Dr. Adama is here. Adama, come and bail me up. We're talking about something important. My brother is
let's
talking
talk about Nigeria first.
Jesus
Yeah, all of us, we know what, all of us have experience, but those people.
No, can you repeat what you just said? Did you just say 13 nurses were attending to you? You just made a comment, so that caught my...
Yes.
Yeah, you just...
In 24 hours, I was attended to by 13 nurses and 5 doctors in 24 hours.
It could be true.
Wow.
Depending, depending what is going on.
I counted them in the theater. There were 5 of them.
Is different. That's their specialty.
No, in the theater, there were 5 of them and 2 doctors. Because I told them that I don't want them to put that, what's it called? That thing they will put in your nose that you sleep on. Because I was afraid that I would not wake up.
That is even the most important thing. That's We even need it more than anything.
They gave me a spinal, so that I didn't feel anything.
To protect your airways.
Yes, it's just to relax you, intubate you.
Don't leave me alone. I know. I said, I told them, please.
Leave me alone because.
No. I said, please. I don't want it because I was afraid that I would not wake up. So if they can give me epidural or spinal, okay. They said they would give me spinal. So they injected me from my spine. I didn't feel anything from my chest down. I couldn't even move. So I saw them. I watched everything while they were doing their repair or whatever. I counted the whole thing. I didn't even include the student doctors that came. Those ones they were in group, like 2 groups. Those ones they came. They asked me question, So when I went home, I was telling them this thing, what they thought I was lying.
It's reality because if you come to the hospital, you might see like 5 different doctors. This person will come and ask you this one. You are leaving. This person will come and ask you this. If you're in it, come on. If it's an 8-hour shift, maybe you see 3 nurses, maybe plus urenti. All of that.
And another thing I want to emphasize on, it depends on your level of emergency. It depends on what you came in with. If you come in with a gunshot or like whatever, every thing has and trauma. Like one thing we don't know, I'm not going to speak on. Maybe if you will help me with that. In hospitals, there are different levels. There's something called trauma 1, trauma 2. All those things are different level. Trauma 2 are teaching hospital. They have everything. You have research. The doctor that came today, I'm sorry I missed him. My schedule was, there's so many things going on. That's one thing I don't know if we have in our place. In our place, one thing I know in Africa, when you get shot.
Adama, you say in your place. Which place are you referring to?
I'm talking about in Nigeria, sir. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Which trauma when the people with trauma they for street, it's not trauma for hospital.
No, here hospitals are recognized by trauma. There's
for
trauma
that
1.
Time, so
yes, but here in Africa, and I don't want to say what I don't know, in Nigeria, I don't know if we recognize hospital like that.
No,
there are levels, okay? And if he knows what I'm saying, Grady Hospital, Grady is funded by the government of, the government in Georgia. Grady has one of the best burn units in the whole South. If you get burned to, listen, if you don't tell me, listen. If you get burnt, if you fire cuts on your back, if you get burnt on your body now, you will be praying they should take you to Grady because you know why? Everything they have the best. And what am I trying to say that? Dr. Sanjay Gupta is a neurosurgeon.
That is where you will see him. Listen, I have worked with him. And it's not to say this to brag. That's one thing people don't understand. We're not saying this. We're trying to show off. If you see this man, at the level he's so calm, outgoing. He's not. Can I interact with Dr. Sanjay Gupta at the level he is? Put that same Dr. Sanjay Gupta in Nigeria.
Don't
in
go
a
there.
Nigeria
Why are you people
setting.
going too far?
No, now if you now you help
Why are
me.
you
You
going
know
too
what I'm
far?
talking about. The point I'm trying to make is when he came today, I've listened and I'm trying to catch up. We idolize medical practitioners back home, and we shouldn't. It should be patient first. Patient first before any other thing. Why am I trying to say that? That is why we are behind in a lot of things. We are so behind.
You
When
can't even
I say
challenge
we're
the
so
doctor.
behind, you can't even challenge a doctor in Nigeria.
You dare not.
You cannot challenge a doctor. I said someone, a prisoner came and poured urine on me. I'm trying to put you as when you're pouring as the and guess what? Is their rights. But
can't
for
do
the
anything.
fact that he did that, and I'm saying, excuse me, you're being this hostile to me. And the surgeon said, no, we can't, no, you can't do that. We're done. Why am I trying to say this? In Nigeria, how dare you pour a urine on a doctor? On a doctor, if he knows what I'm saying. You can't do that. So what am I trying to say? Healthcare in Nigeria, in Africa, I always use the word Africa because I feel like they are the same thing because I've not seen any African country, maybe South Africa, let me be specific. Because there's one thing he said that we only, if you don't believe anything he said in order for you to run a research lab in Nigeria, you need electricity. He made that clear. So now I want to ask each and every one of you, when I come here and I say this, if either one of us, God forbid, something happens to us tomorrow, is the nearest hospital close to you? Are they well equipped to handle your medical emergency? Why am I saying that? We're dealing with the issue of lights, electricity, no good roads, and at the same time, basic insecurities. Those three things ties in together. And I start asking myself, why are we where we are today? Why? You saw the doctor that came in. And do you know what it means to be in his level, to be a fellow? Listen, you guys don't know. What he went through to get to that stage. You just take your eye off of him because he knows the nitty-gritty of medicine. To be a professor of medicine, maybe to you guys it's likely. For us in the medical discipline, it's not likely. We don't take it, listen, it's serious. But at the end of the day, when I hear people like that speak, it breaks my heart because you have people like this, people like me, Ify, and we are so behind. And my question is why? Why?
Adam, but the things you mentioned, you forgot ambulance. You talk about bad road. You talk about electricity.
Let me tell you one.
Hold on.
Let me tell you one thing.
If you hold on. Adam, let me tell you something. I'm someone who have been a professional in Nigeria for a very long time. Between my house and the National Hospital, the most advanced hospital in Nigeria is less than 25 kilometers. Less. That's Sana Abacha Hospital, Miriam Abacha Hospital. Now, but it's not only what you discover about Nigerian doctors. It's not only among Nigerian doctors. It's also among Nigerian nurses. It's also among Nigerian pharmacists. It's also among Nigerian police. You can't ask anybody question. You can't even ask the nurse who wants to give you injection. Please, what's the name of injection you want to give me? In fact, let me tell you something, Adama, which is so sad. If you recommend a medicine for me now, I go to the chemist to get it. When they give it, they're going to give me that which you recommended for me. They will remove it from the packet and put it in a polythene. This thing. I'm telling you.
Why?
So that I can't go and look for it and buy it without having to come back to them.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's
They
true.
remove it and put it in a polythene and give me. and write
so that
how
you
many
don't go
stores.
behind and go back.
I don't go to another place. It's just in
Why
case
the
that.
pharmacist here? My brother's wife is a pharmacist. Let me tell you one thing she does. Tuesdays and Thursday are free blood pressure this thing in their pharmaceutical business. You can get your blood pressure medicine free. They stay in Jersey. This is my brother's wife who is a PharmD. Why am I saying this? As a pharmacist, your job is to educate the patients about their medication. As you ask that patient, and listen, there's certain medication you put a patient on, and the pharmacy will come. That medicine is flagged on them. So when you want to pick up that medicine, they'll ask you, what medication are you on? You don't need to, if you lie to them, that's up to you. You know, we like to have this thing of, we'll make up stuff. They're asking you that question because they are trying to help you. They say, okay, take this medicine. If you're taking this, you can't take this at a certain time. So at the same time, my question is this: why do our pharmacists restrict or refuse to help our patients and educate them? Is it? I just need to understand what is the mindset behind that.
That the mindset behind it is like KJ said. So I've seen it, often. When you go to hospital, if something, even if it's paracetamol, they will not give you the card. They put it in the back and just say times, and give it to you 1 times 2 or 1 times 3. They will never tell you what. And one thing I hate, that's why I'm even afraid to, get any medical care in Nigeria. They don't know what your allergies. People got allergies, and this thing can buy somebody. So if you give me something that I'm allergic to, it will buy me. I need to know. I have to ask questions. A lot of people are allergic to penicillin. If you give them anything PCN, anything can happen to the person. But do we ask all these questions? I don't think we do.
Okay, so that's what I was trying to talk about. The question of asking. In fact,
hold on. Ada asked you a question. Ada,
Yeah.
you were asking why is this thing not possible in Nigeria? How can this thing be possible in a country where they budgeted 36 million naira for healthcare for the whole country?
No, if you not just that, and someone is writing on the comment section, AB is writing something about electricity, and I don't understand if they know what we're talking about. For me, you cannot function. A hospital cannot run without electricity.
Adama, have you seen oxygen in Nigeria? Have you seen the gas cylinder that they use for?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you seen that? Do you see oxygen in the hospital in America here? Other than you
It's
just
nothing even, thank you. I don't.
Just the tubing is what you will see.
Yes.
But
yes.
yeah, you see in Nigeria, you see a gas cylinder.
You see how long?
Like
yes.
a cooking gas.
Let me shock you. You have to pay for it before they even see that long cooking gas.
Of course. And
if you don't pay for it, they won't bring it
to by an hour.
Yes, and if it's 80,000, because I have to buy one for my sometimes for my niece, and you have to pay. When you pay, they bring it. When it's finishing, if you don't pay again, they won't bring another one. Anyway, for those people complaining that we are talking about this on global stage, I bet tell us why we will discuss it. Let's know where you want us to go and discuss it.
No, I want you to you want me to hide you people, to hide your leaders that will go abroad and receive health care. Why you that cannot even pay for medication with buy?
If they don't understand, in order for us to produce glucose for the patients who have diabetics, in order for these things to be produced in the lab, wherever they need to be produced, you need 24 hours electricity. And you need to keep those glucose in a cool. I don't
respond to such questions.
I'm just tired.
How can there not be electricity in a hospital 24 hours, 7 days a week?
I'm tired. It's frustrating because they think
there are a lot of people on the vent.
How do you be on the vent? How?
Okay, so So let's get this straight. Sometimes
let me not. I don't
when
want to
we
argue with some
discuss
people.
when we discuss about Nigerian issue, we're not discussing because of out of hatred. We are living in the same 21st century with these people, for crying out loud. It is the same planet we all share. Our own is not different, and our own is not of lower standard. Above all, we have what it takes. Now, instead of you asking us why we're discussing this on a global stage, you should be asking yourself why you allow your president to be driving among the best of vehicles, the best of planes, living the best of life. And you, who is supposed to have own the money, you are not being served, and you are rather trying to us to stop from discussing it on the global stage. Who is fooling who? The hospital that the journalist died, what's her name now? Died is one of, just like Adama put it, the stages of that's stage 2 hospital. In fact, it's among the stage 2 hospital after the national hospital. That federal medical centers are the next.
We don't even have level 1 or level 2 in Nigeria because level 1, we don't have level 1. Neither do we have level 2.
Okay, sorry, because no come to one.
Adaye level 1, KJ level 2,
So the federal medical centers. The federal medical centers are some of the best hospitals in Nigeria, and they didn't even have snake venom to be able to treat a young girl. So when we're talking about this, you people are making it look as if who wants to badman Nigeria. We should be, you people who are making such comments should be after your own legislators, after your own governors, after your own president, who are living the best of life in this same place where people are dying of hunger, of starvation, of medicine and all that. They are living the best of lives. Their children are living in the developed world. Their wives are living in the developed world. Their wives leave Nigeria and go and give birth in the best of the best hospitals in the world. They, when they are sick, to remove their teeth, they come to the best of the best hospitals in the world. You go to those hammer chiseling dentists in Nigeria to chisel out your teeth, and yet you want us not to talk about it. So tell us, where do you want us to meet so we can talk about this issue? Are we not concerned about people that are losing their life every day in Nigeria? Some days ago, like a month ago, a man lost his wife and 2 of the unborn babies because of the negligence or the lack of facility in the hospital. Is that what we should be discussing? Is that what should be happening now in a country where we say we are the giant of Africa and we are 230 million people?
Okay, KJ, there's something I want to say. I want to say. You spoke well. There's everything we are saying, we've not said one thing. And what is it? Please, when it comes to dental, your teeth, dental is part of your health. Dental. Here we have, in order for you to get bracelets, to get your teeth straightened, teeth cleaning, teeth whitening, do you know that your teeth is part of your health? So my question, for the people that are arguing and say Adama or if he's not making sense, and I agree, I'm okay with that. Please, do the average Nigerian kids have access to dental?
Ada, you talking about maybe the kid's parents are on 70,000 naira minimum wage, right? Is the kid not gonna eat? They're gonna pay school fees, and you talking about dental kids dental appointment. They don't know what is cleaning. Is it not when you eat? See, now you said this thing. So let me tell you something. I got my teeth pulled anyway a couple years ago. So they told me I have to do a bridge, right? And they gave me the list out of pocket. It's almost $3,000. I said, okay, let me go to Nigeria. When I get to Nigeria, I will do it. I went to Nigeria. I think that was when I went about 2 years ago. I went with my brother. There is a female dentist. If you live at Onitsha, opposite GMJS, I can't remember the name of the lady. And she told us about 2-point-something million. But, that's not even the point. The point is that I have to wait for 2 weeks. I say 2 weeks for me to get a bridge done. 2 weeks. So that means I will not come back. I have to wait. That she's going to send the word to Abuja and they will shape it. They will file it. They will do this. They will do that. I say, we are foul. We are very, very far. And then you're laughing. We are very far. So, you know, some people, there's people that are criticizing us.
So do we have orthodontists in
I don't
Nigeria?
know about that one.
No, but if you know what I'm talking about.
I know now. I know. The people that do the braces and all that
They do the bracelets and that.
know.
No, for people that don't know, to become an orthodontist here in the United States is 18 years of school. My girlfriend has a practice.
Yeah, you have
I'm not saying that.
It's a different
Let me tell
specialty
you,
altogether.
it's a special 18 years to become an orthodontist.
Yeah.
And when I looked at her and how passionate she is about her practice, you know, people think we come here, we talk, and I see people say, oh, is that is a retail doctor? Is this and that? Let me tell you, guess what? Now, I want to say this and I want to say publicly. Until you pay me to give you my services, anything I say, you don't have to believe me. Just listen to me as a panelist. Because one thing I have come to understand with our people is when some people say things, they take it. When someone they don't like say things, they question it. And I'm okay with that. But at the end of the day, this is one thing I want to advise every one of us. Listen to what everyone is saying, even to those ones you don't like, because you might learn one or two things from them. It's called information. And we are not at that level yet. Why am I saying this? I said something about our teeth. We are speaking about everything. Do you know what gum disease? Gum disease, this mouth you use to kiss your spouse. This tongue, the bacteria in this tongue. You can be on antibiotic because you have bacteria on your tongue. If you're gonna kiss, it will be everything is on your tongue. The point I'm trying to make is health is wealth. Don't think health is only about going to the lab. They draw your blood and this thing. This, your hygiene here, it matters. It matters. But people will focus on, oh, the doctor did my blood this thing. He said I'm good, I'm this thing and that. But how is your oral hygiene? How is your oral? Not 5 hours in no be miri, no galation. You don't know that's a disease. You know, there's let me keep quiet. Let me just respect myself because I'm tired.
All right. Thank you so much, Adama, for your contribution. We really appreciate. And Ike, do you have more to say, or we should change gear and get to our final stage?
No, what I wanted, my sister Adama, is what the doctor who came in there when he talked about doctor-nurse relationship with patient. He said in the US or in advanced country is patient to the doctor relationship. Even like this small island where I live, if I go to the hospital, like last 3 weeks, I went to my personal doctor and he gave me a medication. And when I went to the pharmacy to buy it, it wasn't the same packet that I bought last time. And I told the pharmacy, I'm not going to take it because I don't know what the doctor is prescribing to me. I need to go back to the doctor. Let me confirm what are you prescribing? Because even this one you gave me, I said I'm not going to take it. But you made me now I'm coming to take and it's another packet. So it was the pharmacist who told me that it's the same medication because this is from Sandoz and the other one is from the other company. So it's still the same medication. So at the end of the day, I went with the medication, but I still went back to the doctor's office and I showed him, I said, doctor, is this the same medication? He said, yes. So, but like what you said, a patient poured you urine. In Nigeria, such a thing cannot happen because the doctors and the nurses, they act like God. You don't even have power to ask them any question. So we don't have that relationship. And that's why they can mix kerosene and inject you. You don't have a choice because you cannot ask questions. You cannot ask, hey, what is the side effect? Like if he was saying, somebody that is allergic to something, like she mentioned penicillin. There are a lot of people that are allergic to so many things. And if a nurse or a doctor is not ready to, advise the patient or ask the patient questions, like the doctor here will ask you. They will ask you. When he gave me the first medicine, he said, I'm giving you this medication, take it 2 days. If there is anybody reaction, come back to me. And when I took the medicine, there was no reaction of any kind. But when I went this time, because I have some problem in my knee, so he gave me medicine, but he gave me something to protect my stomach. Because of the medicine he gave me for my knee, he gave me something that I should use to protect my stomach. So, but we are living in our country, where we don't have this relationship, Adama. So, you people who are in this profession, what advice do you give to our doctors and nurses back home? Because it's very, very important, where a family cannot be able to say anything. There are something doctor want to do. He wants your family to be around. He wants your family to discuss. Are you going to say yes or no? In Nigeria, it's not like that. So we are automatically, our life is in the hand of the doctors and the nurses. Whatever they say or whatever they do, it is. So what can we do to have a relationship between doctor and nurses and patient?
Uncle Ike, I think Ada, help me. It's not what we can do. We don't have that training in Nigeria. It's all.
If you wait, I want to address something AB said. He said, Adama, you keep addressing medicine as here. You're not seeing it broad as medicine. Listen, AB, yes, I hear you. I've only practiced medicine in the United States. I've never practiced outside the United States. So I'm speaking from the comfort which I'm used to. If I know did not practice outside the United States, so I can speak that about her. So when we say these things, we are not saying this to talk down at our country. The point we're trying to tell you is we're saying the basic necessity
Standard of care
that you need to run a facility. Nigeria is not there.
We don't have it.
We don't have it. So, Uncle Ike, to answer your question,
you can't question a doctor. You can't question a nurse.
Uncle Ike, to answer your question, I'm sorry, sir. They don't have the required training. Nurses are like gods. Doctors are like, I don't know what. Nurses are mini God. Doctors are like God back home. But that's not the way it should be. And why do I say that? Because guess what? Our people, they said power intoxicates. And when it comes to health, health is wealth. You went to school to help people, to save people. But I've come to realize that when it comes to our people feel they went to school to take advantage of the patients and no longer give them the help they need. Because once you question what they are doing, they look at you and say, how dare you? While as here in the diaspora, in America, where we are, if you question a doctor will take his time and say, this is what I'm doing, this is what this is for, this is what this. And that patient has the right to say, I don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to like it.
Mm-hmm.
The patient will say, I don't. Did you hear
the
me say no?
The patient can fire a doctor.
Yes.
Listen, I don't want you in my team no more.
A patient can be in a room where you're speaking to a patient who is married. The husband is sitting down. As soon as the doctors come in, we all come in, and she'll say, can you tell my spouse to leave? That is her right. You as a husband have to leave her room. But in Nigeria, which I have witnessed with my own dad's health, my mom would be there. My brother would be there. My uncle would be there. I had to tell the doctor, why are you giving my dad's information to a group? Is this a family meeting? Don't you know what they call patient and don't you know what they call privacy to a patient to a doctor? Like, why is all these people Are we calling a family meeting? And they will tell me, oh, I'm sorry, ma, I'm sorry, ma. I said, no, you shouldn't be sorry. My dad health record and his history is not something you discuss openly like that. The only person who is authorized to hear that is his wife, which is my mom. And my brother, who will be there because he wants to explain things that my mom might not understand.
That's if your dad allows it to, mind you.
And that's me if my dad allows it. And my dad will say, oh, and the way I like my dad will say, go no land of shinga no be again. Because give for what. The point I'm trying to make is our doctors don't know that. We do not respect patient privacy. And we feel that as a doctor, once you're a doctor, you are the alpha and omega. And until we see ourselves as we are there to render an equal, to render a service, I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what other thing I can say to always be like that.
KJ, let me just conclude because I want to leave you guys, please. I was just going through the comments, especially the one that was Abbey or whatever that was rebuking my sister there. Just look at the people that you want to save. He said medicine is beyond the country. You are trying to tell them, but they will, turn it to. My brother, I would like to quote Harriet Tubman. She said, I freed 1,000 slaves. I would have freed 1,000 more if they knew they were slaves. These people, I told you about my experience with them in Nigeria. Yeah, I go there all the time. For the past 8 years, I spent 3 months, 4 months in Nigeria. This is their mentality. One of them was asking me, 13 nurses, as if, he's doubting me as if I'm, because they've never seen it before. I do something in Nigeria every January. If I visit Nigeria, I first go to hospitals and do my own little charity or whatever. I go to children's ward and maternity ward. I try to pay up their bills and everything. In one of those, I went there. I couldn't stay for a minute. I cried out of the hospital, out of the ward.
My brother, you don't need to explain.
You don't need to. And I want to correct something.
I don't respond to people like this. You don't need to explain to them.
If you need to see what she said.
I'm telling you, no. Before you guys came, I was telling KJ my experience with these people. And like I told you, for the past 8 years to 9 years now, I spent 3 months in Nigeria, and for the last 2 years, I've been spending 4 months in Nigeria. Imagine. So I interact with them. Their orientation is different to us. You be telling them something.
Okay. OC, I want to say something. The good, I want to say something. There's a comment on the comment section by OC. He said, Adama, so you don't think all doctors are the same? And my answer to you is this. This is why I say that common sense is not so common. All doctors are not the same. Listen to me. All doctors are not the same. The doctor that came today to educate us is an endocrinologist. Oh, these are things that make me mad.
It's a specialty.
Here someone is a doctor.
All
you
doctors
think
are not
everything.
the same.
Yeah, hold on. If you let me answer this, because I've been wanting to answer this. Once you guys hear someone is a doctor, you believe everything about your human body.
They thought it's a general
That is what that person specializes on.
Yeah.
And it tells me your level of thinking and education. My specialty is anesthesiologist. I deal with pain management. So when someone like him is talking, I listen. If you have blood sugar, I refer you to him.
Endocrinologist, yeah. My specialty
if you can't see, hold on. Thank you. I know your specialty. If you cannot see, I will refer you to an ophthalmologist. Why will someone, an endocrinologist, have to do with your vision? That's what people don't get. And when you guys say this, and I'm asking myself, is it that you went through school or school went through you? All doctors are not the same. We have what we call general practice, internal medicine, okay? Those two, general practice and internal medicine are not the same. And that's why when we have these topics, we always say, before you begin any regimen or anything, start, consult with your primary healthcare
Yes.
physician.
Then you go
Your
from there.
primary healthcare physician is not an endocrinologist, is not your gynecologist, is not your urologist, is not your anesthesiologist, is not, I mean, I can go on and on. Every doctors have the part of the body
Specialty.
they specialize on. So please, I hope I've educated you. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Thelma, with this viewpoint of yours, I hope you are able to prove that boys are better than girls.
Yeah,
Thank you very
yeah.
much.
And sometimes I don't blame them, because in Nigeria, they go to any doctor. To be honest with you, let me give you another example. My auntie called me. She was sick, and that she was complaining of weakness to the extent that she could barely walk. Long story short, she went to a private hospital. They ran a CMP. Her platelet was low. They referred her to Lut. She went to Lut. She said, Dr. Nkabia, they were asking her questions. That's the same way they do here. Different doctors. Anyway, finally, they diagnosed her with fatty liver, right? Okay. And they asked her to follow endo, a specialist, right? But this is where it shocked me most, Ada. So the specialist, she lives somewhere in Isolo, like my sister said. I don't know Lagos very well. Then she has to go to Diaraba, and she said she left 4 a.m. to get there. They said the first 10 people that comes on time, they will collect the letter. So she wasn't among the first 10 people. She had to go home. And in my head, I'm like, okay, what's going to happen? Then she will come again until they collect the letter. I said, what if the person is dying? But guess what I did? I called my friend here. I said, hey, doc, I need help. And I told her and, gave her the number. And she explained everything with labs and did. And she asked her so many questions and told her what to do. This is free of charge. This is why she drove from wherever she's living to Idiaraba. We make things very, even when you see, we just make it so big as if it's a big thing. So imagine if the weakness, she's getting better now. Imagine if my friend didn't talk to her and tell her what to do and what medications, maybe she will not find it in Nigeria, and tell her a lot of things she has to do, metabolic changes and, diet changes and all this and that and that and that. Imagine if she had waited on the doctor, maybe 1 month, 2 months, she still hasn't gotten the, be among the 10 people. I don't understand how we practice medicine in Nigeria. I don't get it.
And can I say something? I'm sorry to say this, Ife. I feel like the people is part of the problem. Why do I say that? When I see the nonsense people are writing on the comment section, and I say that, and that's why I come up with the word common sense. Common sense is not so common. You cannot, and when these people are convinced that this their agbo they take.
And I'm not reading I'm not looking at the comment section as well.
No, but if sometimes I have to look at it because I'm the one that censors the comment section. I start asking myself, hi, we are so behind the way we think. Because you can tell people are so naive to a point that they come in a public space, they write nonsense, and they want to be right. Then when you tell them, come, show your face, please explain to us what you're talking about, they'll say they can't do that. Why am I saying that? To each his own. And I don't have problem with people in the comment section. But this is what I always push for. Something you do not know about. The only way you can learn is shut up and listen from people who are in that field. But with Africans, they know everything. You tell them this is why their cholesterol is going up. They say, doctor, I've been taking this, and what they are taking has no measurement. I've been saying it. Agbo has no measurements. There's no way you can tell me you are taking agbo for this. And I'm saying, how am I trying to, like, they don't get it. They start looking at you like you're stupid, that you should understand that they are from an African country and this is how they treat them. At the end of the day, I'm saying, until the people accept and change the way they look at medicine, I'm sorry that the treatment they are receiving is what they are going to keep receiving, because the doctors treating them know that they are so naive about a lot of things, that they are basic rights and human fundamental rights, that they don't know it. And the last thing I want to do is argue with a patient. And if I see one or encounter one, all I'll say to you, I say you're right. When I finish saying you're right, once I write my orders, no one question it. It's final. That's how I operate. So that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Ada.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I go ahead.
I was saying when the doctor was here at that man, that Mr. Peter Obi spent not less than 300 to 400 million naira every month in hospitals and schools. And a lot of the kind of people you are talking about, Adama here, they say he's playing politics. And I said, why don't the billionaires and the millionaires we have in Nigeria play that politics? Where a state cannot even budget up to 400 million for health. A private individual is using his money, visiting hospital, from one hospital to another, from one state to another, from one point A to point B in Nigeria every month. Multiply that in a year. One individual. And this is the kind of people you are trying to address. These are the people who tell you he's only playing politics.
Sorry, just let me just put in there. Do you know Nigeria budgeted 218 billion for health last year? Ask me how much.
They only did 36 million.
36 million. The money that
so every state is 1 million.
Imagine 218 billion. You release 36 million. This thing it disturbed me for weeks, because I know last year I sold GLE 350 for 36 million. 2016 used GLE. So the money that they release for health, I used to buy 2016 GLE. A used cow. That's what the whole. So just look at the go and read their comments. The people you are trying to save.
That's why I don't read comments. I don't.
I was just going through the comments. The thing broke my heart.
Comments, honestly speaking, I don't.
And if you tell them now, they will tell you, "Oh, is it the president that will come and do this?" A country, you budgeted 218 billion naira.
Yeah, you are talking
and you release 36 million, and you are proud, and you call that a country.
You are talking to the people.
Okay,
president
hold on. If the person who suggested Agbo may be very correct, Adama, don't be annoyed. Let us see the works of Agbo in this case.
Jesus, who is this?
Jesus of Nazareth. KJ. Okay,
so I just brought that so that you guys don't have to really bother yourselves. See, whilst we are discussing something that we feel that is painful and people are losing their lives, other people are thinking that Abo would be the best way. And that's why the young man using banana leaf now to make uniform for himself.
But KJ, this is what I want to say. For those that will say, isn't it our job to educate and enlighten us? In order for me to educate and enlighten you, you have to have an open mind. You cannot want for me to educate and enlighten you, and all you've come to do is debunk or discredit what I'm saying. For me, right there, I don't want to have a conversation with you because it will turn to an argument. So, and the next thing I say, if you want to challenge me in what I say and you have that much knowledge, so please, why not you go to medical school, do what he needs to practice, and come and educate us? Because guess what? The thing about practicing here is you're constantly learning. You're constantly doing certificate training. There's one on, like, you keep rotating. You have to educate yourself. So for people that say, okay, Adama, Adama, please, no, I can't educate you because you know why? In order for you to listen to what I'm saying, you need to shut up. With all due respect, listen to what I say. When I finish, then I'll ask you, do you have a question? Then you ask your question. But if you're coming to just discount or discredit what I'm saying, please, all the lecture and everything I'm going to say, what use is it of to you if you know that I'm not going to make sense with what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we as a human being, we are our own, because we know it all. We know they will tell you, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. That I Google this thing on this, and Google, let me tell you, Africa as a whole, Nigerians as a whole, where they get their medical knowledge from and to research people is Google. And what don't know that Google is garbage in, garbage out. And they even go as far as going to AI, which is more dangerous. More dangerous. In order for you to get information of a person in this country, you need to have their social security number to get a full knowledge of the person you're. But everything, when you see Africa, they say I Google you, and you can go, like, I don't care. At the end of the day, knowledge is power. If you want to, information is power. If you want to get information, please act like someone that wants to get it. And don't come and start discounting what we are saying because you want to flex and say we are not making sense. And I'm okay with me not making sense. At the end of the day, that it is what it is.
Listen, let me tell you something. Even if you were wearing academic gown here, some people will still refuse what you're saying. Even the Professor Ben that came today, some people didn't also accept what he was saying. So in this platform, people have given up trying to make anybody see reason why you should listen to what they're saying. It's a public platform. If somebody is giving you information, you want to take it, it will help you. If you don't want to take it, it's okay. If you just come here to get your regular fix, that is come and argue and rejoice and insulting people, fine. You can come, do it, and then go. At least you'll not see us the next week, Saturday or Sunday, before you come again. But the truth is, and while we're discussing it, if you notice, the crowd is not much today, because we're not discussing politics. We're discussing something more, beyond politics. So these people are helping us. Every information you can pick it up is going to be useful to you, if not today, sometime in life. And I kept asking the question, is that I have somebody who's having breast cancer? No. Is that I have somebody who's having prostate cancer? No. Is that I have somebody who's having fibroid? No. But these are things I know that are peculiar to Black people, especially Black women. And so my question have always been, right from when I was younger, why is Nigeria not putting money to do this research and get it done once and for all? And I still ask the same question today. And he said they've already done the sequencing. So but our own hospitals have refused to take the sequencing or the procedure, the operational procedure, go from this point to this point, to this point to this point. They refuse to do it. Instead, when you go and say you are complaining of pain on your breast, they begin to go to chemo straight away instead of even trying to take up the lump first. He explained everything. So the question now be, as Nigerians, are we continuously going to, keep tumbling in the mud, thinking that we are going for somewhere? It's not going to help. So the earlier we wake up, the better. The doctor, the Commissioner for Health in Lagos State was one advanced guy, and you guys saw what he did when he was in Lagos State. I don't know if he's still there, but he was able to manage the Lagos State health this thing because he came from America here. Now, we have many of those people scattered around the world. All we are saying, and just what I said is, can Nigeria bring them together to write a protocol? A protocol, for some of these things, so that people's life can be preserved. Nobody can give life. The only reason why I'm useful to any of you today is because I'm alive and I'm talking. Okay? Any one of us here who is here now, we are useful because we are talking. We are alive. And that life should be preserved. And that's one thing. These people will go to any extent to save lives. I give an example. One day I was coming back from work, and there's a what the Americans call a detour. We call it flyover or fly whatever. Now, the road was already done very well. The brace they put by the road that can stop you from falling off was already there. But the guy still had a way to manage to fall off from that brace, hitting both the brace off and everything, running into another express under the bridge. Okay? Luckily, as God will have it, there was no vehicle coming out the bridge, so he just ran through to the other side. And eventually, once the ambulance came to pick him and everybody, they all tried to revive him, get him, stabilize him, and took off to the hospital. You know what? The next day I was coming, that place that he was able to bridge, even though it's not part of that road, they have come to bring another bridge to even make that thing, extended it to the point that if you even try to run off, you only run into the bush. You can no longer run on that to another road. Now people, when they think be that.
KJ, sorry. KJ.
I was in Abuja. If not for Basanjo, that's one place they call Nyanya and Asokoro. Every year we lose 8, 10 trailers coming down the slope, just run and crushes cars. Nobody ever did anything about it for years. In fact, when you're going early in the morning or late in the evening, you'll be praying that no trailer should be following, because very soon they will fair break and they match everybody. Only Obasanjo that came and says to say, this thing cannot continue. And they expanded that road and made it such a way that, 8 carriage, 4 going, so that thing stopped. We don't think. And when we're saying it, somebody think we are against nobody is here to bash the government. But these are things that even animals can see and do. Why are we not doing it? I didn't hear you, Ify.
KJ, you see, let me tell you something. The problem is just our leaders. They just don't want to do it. Because what is happening here is not a rocket science. You don't have to go to school to know that if you're awarded a contract, you have to do it, and before you get paid. It's just that the leaders are greedy and corrupt. And guess what? They don't give a F about us. Because guess what? They all have a private jet. But forgetting that there are some things that can happen in a twinkle of an eye. Look at your Senate president. I don't know what is going on with him. But just me looking at him, I can tell that he has some cardiac issue going on. He must have had stroke or something. Something going on. Who says that if anything happens to him, by the time they get a private jet that will take him to London, he might die on his way? Because it's a question of time. Time is ticking. They don't think about it. That country that you are going to, people fix that country. The leaders of that country fix that country. They make things work. You can do the same thing. Remember, they spent how many billions to fix Aso Rock clinic or whatever it's called. Anybody, they say common paracetamol is not even there. They awarded the contract. Did you see that? MRI, CT, none of those stuff is there. There is no hospital here, to the best of my knowledge. I might be lying, I might, second that you go, that you not have MRI, that you not have CT, X-ray, they do it at the bedside anyway. There is no imaging that you will come in a hospital that you don't see it in that hospital. Sometimes you want to do imaging, they refer you, you go outside to go do imaging. That's why we are talking about level 1 and level 2. Imagine in level 1 and something happened to you, GSW, and they bring you to the hospital right away. They need imaging right away. And they'll tell you, they might say the CT machine is down, the MRI machine is down. You don't hear such things here. We are talking about time. Time is important. When Ada is talking about level 1, I work in a level 1 hospital. The hospital she's talking about is a level 1 hospital. Emory is a level 2. So there are some cases that will go to Emory. Emory will just stabilize the patient and transfer the patient to Grady, which is a level 1. And that's why people will tell you, if you work at Grady, you can work in any hospital in the United States. I'm not bragging, but that's something I'm proud of. Because there is nothing that you cannot see. When I say nothing, you cannot see nothing.
You will see you see it all in, yes,
you see it all.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So you go to Emory, they stabilize you and transfer you to level 1 trauma if it's a trauma case. And they refer you to trauma team. They are constantly in ED. So we have a long way to go. I don't read comments. Because this is what I know. This is what I've witnessed. This is my field. I know it is not a bragging. It's nothing to brag about. But this is what I do for a living. Adam, I do the same thing for a living. There are some things that Ada will tell me because that's not my specialty. And there are some things that we tell Ada because that's my specialty. It's not about bragging. If you come to statistics, I know a little bit. If you come to economics, but that's not my field. Okonji Wala, that is her specialty. But she cannot come to medicine and talk to me. That's my specialty. I know what I'm talking about. But when it comes to her field, I will give her way. So you people that are talking about this nonsense, I don't.
But this is the thing I think. Yeah, I think the problem we have is lack of information our people have, and once they see that name doctor in you, automatically you should know everything.
That's not true.
But they don't have that because that's how. And I also believe we are product of our environment. Because they have this mentality, why you have a doctor on everything about the body, you know it. I can tell someone now, anything that has to do with eyes, nose, this, I don't know it.
Me either.
I don't. But once you're speaking to our people, they'll say to you, but you said you're a doctor. And I'm looking at you, I'm like, are you okay? They start making you feel like you're stupid to help them out.
That's why, honestly speaking, that's why.
And what they don't know that this man came now, I said he's a specialist. He's a researcher. He's an endocrinologist. People don't know that. People think now that he's a general medicine. Because the way people
come and ask him
they don't know that for you
psychiatrist.
to handle diabetes, that you have to be a specialist.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
Yeah.
And that is what is frustrating to inform our people. They'll look at you and say, but you're a doctor now. You should write this blood pressure medicine for me. And I'm like, blood pressure is not my thing. Why would I write a blood pressure medicine for you?
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm just, it's, I'm sorry.
And that, again, I don't read what people say. You know your specialty, you know what you do, you trust your work. And likewise, I know what I'm not saying that I am an expert, but I have some knowledge of what I do. Okay? So, I mean, you can say anything you want to say, it doesn't bother me. If you come to if you come to me as a patient, I will accord you that respect. That the same respect I give to Tinubu is the same respect I will give you. It doesn't even matter. Title doesn't matter. Here. Okay? I don't know if I have said it one day. I remember one day we were on the unit, then former governor came. They came to inspect something in the hospital. They only came with 2 people, no security, no guns, nothing. Only came with 2 people. He stopped by and, chatted with us. When he left, I say, hi. I told the girl from Nigeria, I say, for your place now, they will carry gun, 20 security or 30 security to follow you. Nobody even knew that he came. And the day I entered the elevator with the CEO of the hospital, the same hospital I work at. Then I used to work night shift. Very nice, very polite. I was shivering. Do you know who this man is?
They'll ask you, how's your day going today?
Exactly.
Are you having a good day?
Are you going
Is
home?
everything good?
How was
Are
your
you going
night?
home? How was your night?
If you see me, 2 of us in the elevator, I was just praying, let this elevator open so that I can get her. He can see that I was nervous. Should I be? No. But just because of the country I came, when you see a CEO of a hospital, you will be bowing. No. It's just the
I was just reading your comment now. I was just going through the comments. Just because you mentioned the Senate president, somebody commented that no, God forbid if anything happens to him, and if anything happens to him, his 19-year-old daughter is their mama. Now their mama be. Imagine. Look at the people. You just listen to. Read the comment of the people that
ignorant. I don't read that.
No, I think Daniel is just joking. He's just joking.
No. We can say We can say this is a joke, but this is what we want to. Hold on. Let's bring this back to politics. Now we've talked about medicine. As much as we can say people in the comment section are joking, when it comes to politics, this is what I want to say. Why is it that we have so many Nigerian youths who are on Instagram, TikTok, doing all kind of nonsense? But when you ask that same youth, do you know your rights as a Nigerian citizen? They don't. Let me tell you one thing, KJ, maybe you don't know. TikTok banned us. Because you know why they banned one of the ban they had on us? We were showing pornography at night on Nigerian TikTok. Now I ask myself, we keep saying, oh, the youth are struggling. They have money to buy data. They have money to express themselves in Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. But when it comes for them to stand up and speak up for their rights, they expect me, you, KJ, Uncle Ike, the good, Ify to speak up for them because we're in the diaspora. We're the one that will make the change that will impact them. Then I start asking myself, something is wrong here. I cannot want that thing they say you cannot cry more than they bereave. I've come to understand that these youths, their focus and mindset is that me. I want to make it today. How am I going to grow tomorrow? They don't care how they make it. So at the end of the day, how do you help someone whose thinking is like that?
I hear you, Adama. I hear you. Sorry, I'll be distracted with my son. The truth of the
can we talk politics, please? Can we talk politics, please?
Sister Adama, listen. What you just said is one of the heart-wrenching problems that I have with Nigerian youth of today. Like as you said, they spend money in TikTok and whatever, shaking their boom boom and showing a lot of crazy stuff. But like as you said, right now, for example, most of these youth you are talking about now, they don't have PVC. And most of them is above 18. And if I tell you the number of Nigerians that became 18 this year and those who are going to be 18 by 2027, almost over 10 million. But in the midst of this million we're talking about now, ask how many of them has PVC. They will tell you it doesn't concern me, in as much as at least on that day, somebody will give me 10,000 naira, I'm going to vote so that I can buy data. And at the end of the day, like as you said, they're expecting you to come to Nigeria and fight for them, you know. But what I tell my younger ones that are in the university, I tell them that the day that I will find out that the hard money that I give, I used to put you in the university, you are using it to do anything that you like. Huh? That means you don't want to continue that schooling. Because it's crazy. They spend their time, they can spend their time chatting from the time they finish lecture till 4 a.m. in the morning. What are they talking about? They're talking completely garbage. They're not thinking about tomorrow. They're not thinking about how do I change this government. You're struggling to pay transportation. You can't have good food. You know how much it takes for your parents or their guardian who is helping you in school to buy your provisions. I know how much I spend in provision every month for the ones in the university. Then at the end of the day, when I discover the little pocket money that I'm going to give you that I'm supposed to use to do certain things for yourself, you're using it to go to TikTok and whatever they call it. Listen, you're going to vomit everything couple that I've been spending for you because I know that I can use that money to do other things. But like what we are talking about, education is the key. We want them to be educated, but like most of them are educated illiterates because they are not engaged. Everybody is detached to reality. They detach to what is happening around them. But they will tell you what is happening in Ghana. They will tell you what is happening in Argentina. They will tell you what is happening around the world. But what is happening within their environment there, they don't know. So we have a problem. We have a problem. And until Nigerian youths understand that for so many years, before I become this age now, they're telling me the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. I miss my chance of becoming the leaders of tomorrow. They now that have the opportunity to become the leaders of tomorrow, they are not interested. They don't want to get involved. They don't have time. They don't have patience to go to somewhere, to go to wait to get your PVC. I was talking to the son of my senior brother the other day because I asked him to go and register. Go and register at the NDC and go and get your PVC. Uncle, every time, no time. Uncle, I said, listen to me. You have to do what I ask you to do because if you don't do it tomorrow, when I'm discussing with you, you're telling me that the government of this man in Asarok is killing Nigeria. I will not listen to you because you have finished your university. You have been to the 4 walls of Nigerian university. How is it me that is going to be telling you what you're supposed to do? You have to take over your country. It's you people time to take over your country. If there is any support that we that are outside there can give you, is to morally and financially support you to get involved. And I'm making you to get involved, get into it. You're saying you don't want to be part of Nigerian politics. What do you want to be? So that's the problem. But are we going to give up hope? Are we going to give up? I'm praying that we don't give up, that we will continue to cry, we continue to shout, we continue to talk, we continue to scream, and probably out of them, maybe we get about 5,000 or 10,000 people who will listen to get involved. I used to tell them, if you become commissioner tomorrow in Nigeria, you become whatever you become tomorrow, you're not becoming it for me. but you're becoming it for yourself. Because tomorrow you got to build your own family, marry a wife or marry a husband, get your own family, build your own family. Everything we are trying to do is to make sure that at the end of the day that all of you have a better life. So that at least at our old age, we can enjoy my old age. I can, my vision, if God give me life, when I retire is to travel around the world. That is my vision, my hope. But in this present reality now, I can't do it because there are so many problems everywhere. Will I be working for my family until I go to the grave? Is it what I'm supposed to be doing? Shouldn't there be a time that I have to enjoy my life after all these years of hustling and bustling?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Can I say something? All these things we are talking about is that we are talking about our country, right? And we are asking, and for even people over here in comment section, like I said, I don't read it, And I just opened my phone. They said Yaya Bello has been cleared to contest for the election.
Yes. Yeah, it's time for EFCC. EFCC, the files in EFCC, first of all, went missing. Then he came back to say, oh, the money that he was accused of is no longer missing. In fact, from that point on, they withdraw the case from the court. It all just went all the way, all because they want to find a way to remove Natasha from.
That's all it is.
From
that's what Akpabio wants to do. Everything he can do to remove Natasha, and nothing more. But you know what? I keep telling people, we are still far. We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. We are still far to this election.
I said here that Akpabio is one of the most wicked people in Nigeria. People think I'm lying. Anybody can come and prove me wrong if Akpabio is not one of the most wicked people in Nigeria. Whatever they are doing because they know that it's just like in the scriptures. There was a man called Ezekiah. Ezekiah was told by the prophet that, look, because of what you have done, this is going to happen to your country. Say he doesn't care now, but then he will not be alive, so he will not be here. So what does he care? So you open the vote of the country and you say, oh, they are going to attack. You say, oh, it doesn't matter. After all, you'll not be around. So this is what they are doing. They are selling Nigeria and hoping that they will not be around when the destruction comes.
But their children will be there. They are not going anywhere.
Some of them have made enough money. They bought islands for themselves where they can move all their relatives.
But let me ask you a question.
One day will be one day.
That same island you want to run
they will drive you from there.
Where is Abacha today? Where is Abacha? Where is Abacha's children? With all the money they have stolen. Huh?
So APC have cleared him, and it's going to be a contest for Natasha.
It's not going to be a contest. Likely, if there is life before death.
Why do I say it's going to be a contest? Not because the people will vote for him, but because they will go all out to rig it.
It's up to Kogi people to Central to come out.
Yes. So what to do for us here, those of us who want the right thing to be done in Nigeria, is begin to map out now. Maybe we'll start holding broadcasts on how to stop people, let people know how to stop rigging, how you can be able to checkmate them, not just allow them checkmate every move they are making to make sure that what they've just done in the primaries will not be repeated in the election. But whether they are going to rig it or not, they are going to try. But like Pharaoh to me said in the earlier video I played, if 10,000 people come out, they can rig the election. If 100,000 people come out, they can rig the election. But if 10 million people come out, they will not be able to rig the election. If 20 million people come out, they will fear to even come out. If 30 million come out, they will run from town. So let us not sit down. Nigerian people, don't sit down. Kogi people, don't sit down. All of you troop out en masse. Because you know what? If they succeed this time, all of them are going to be slaves. I'm telling you the truth. All of them.
And there is
will be
nothing you
slaves.
can do.
When T.Y. Danjuma was saying that these people are colluding and they are going to kill all of you, people said the man was mad. So people wrote so long articles describing how the man had become mental. Today, who is laughing last? The man is going about his business. They are not going to touch him. We still have Eddie Camp, fully, till he dies. He's going to have soldiers well armed guarding him. Now, ordinary people, the poor, the wretched of the earth, now go to suffer.
I saw MC Oluomo on the streets with his boys campaigning for Tinubu. I just shook my head. We have not suffered enough.
No.
And that's why I say Nigeria will never be good. But at this point, I want Tinubu to win. At this point, I want Tinubu to win. So that he will deal with you people well.
If you for Natasha, I am looking for people. I'm looking for people who know this lady to advise this woman to leave PDP, because this PDP that she is in, Wike faction, Taraku faction, I think she's playing a very dangerous game. I will advise this lady to move to another political party, because
I don't think it's about political party at this point.
That's what I'm saying. She was going to win, because if she run an election under PDP, with the present situation of PDP, which one is the real PDP? That's the problem.
See, let me tell you something. There is something.
I hope so.
Do you understand?
Because I don't want to miss that woman in the National Assembly. I don't want to miss her in the National Assembly.
Trust me. Just they are prepared. I'm sure she's prepared to. This is not the first time Yaya Bello has tried to take her out. Do you understand? But like I always said, we still have a long way to go. Even if tomorrow is election, we still have a long way to go. Because anything can happen between now and tomorrow.
This is the same Yaya Bello that was declared wanted by EFCC.
Good night, people. I gotta go tomorrow.
All right.
Tinubu is the president. Trump is the president. Both their names starts with T. So what does that tell you? I need to go and hustle. Because it's not well here in America. It's not well in Nigeria. So let me go and hustle. I gotta go work. Good night, guys. Do good.
All right. Thank you so much.
KJ, it's my pleasure. Good night, everybody.
All right. Mr. Ike, your final word, sir.
Yeah, my final word to my fellow Nigerians back home is not enough to say this government has killed you, but it's enough for you to get involved. It's enough for you to be counted among the people who will say on that day, I did what is right. I did my best. And history will not forget and forgive. History will not forget you. So I'm appealing to Nigerians, more especially my people from the South and the North. It is time for us to break this long enmity between the North and the South. And we have that great opportunity of Mr. Peter Obi and Rabi Kwankwaso. I am appealing to Nigerians, the younger generations of Nigeria. How can we continue to see that the children of the people that we call that they are the problem of this country are the people that are taking over the leadership of Nigeria? Today I saw that Buhari's son won the APC primary. Abdusalam Abubakar, the son, won primary election. Atiku Abubakar, two of his sons, is contesting in this election. For how long? I don't know Wike's son, if any of them is ready already. I don't know for how long shall we be crying about these same people, and under our eyes and our noses, their children are coming up to take over the mantle of leadership of Nigeria. And Nigerians are busy about talking about things that doesn't make any sense. So I'm appealing to Nigerians. We are not talking about political party. This time it's never going to be top to bottom. we are going to vote people that we know that we can hold them accountable. I was highly disappointed yesterday when Professor Amadi was saying that he's not going to go to the Senate. I don't know all the thing he was saying, his reasons. Because if somebody like Sam Amadi is not ready to go to the Senate, because he said he has another something he wants for the Southeast and Nigeria, which I know is good. But for me, at this critical time, at this critical junction, my appeal to Dr. Sam Amadi is to go to the Senate. We need him in over a zone to go to the Senate because we need people. We need men and women like him. Because if we have people who can stand on their ground, all these charlatans that we have elected before that are taking over the asylum at the National Assembly, people who rode on the back of Mr. P2B to become what they are today, I don't think Nigeria will be where they are today. So I'm appealing to people like Sam Amadi and people of his caliber, from the south to the west to the middle, anywhere in Nigeria. Don't say you don't want to be part of it. We need people of your type to get involved in this last Nigeria, because we don't know the Nigeria we are going to get after 2027. But my prayer is that we still get this Nigeria that we call our country. On a final note, Alexoti, we love you and we love the work you are doing, but we know who you are working for. But it will be sad that we are forced to present a candidate against you in Abia State. We do not want to do that. We know who you are working for. And at Badibe, we know who you have decided to work for. But these are credible men. I respect you, the work you are doing in Abia State. And I will hope, and my prayer is that you will continue to do that good work and leave the national politics alone. Because when you try to get involved, it might not end well for you in Abia State. So I hope that you will continue to do the good work you are doing in Abia State and forget about this politics you want to play, because it's not going to augur well. It might not end well. The oppositions you have already is too much, but you might have a bigger opposition if it becomes very clear that that is what is happening or that is what you are planning to do. So I hope that the love that the people of Nigeria and Abia State gave you, they are not going to throw it away because of national politics. And for my brother Berebe, I will continue to respect you until I leave this earth. But also I want you to know that you are one of those pillars in the Southeast that we hope, we trust, and I believe, and I pray that for whatever reason, you don't take away the love and the likeness that we have for you in the Southeast. You have been in the National Assembly for how many years? I do not know whatever you want again in life. You have achieved whatever you can achieve as a politician. The same way we are appealing to Jonathan, keep your good name, is what I'm telling to Alex Oti and Senator Baribe. Keep your good name and hold your head high, because history will remember that we had leaders of your caliber in our own time. God bless you, my brother.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ike. Thank you so much for that. I think that does it for me. I don't need to add anymore. The purpose for this program is to just awaken our consciousness and to let us know that nobody is going to come from outside to build this nation, except we, the people who own the nation. I think we have gone around the mountain for too long. It is time to come to that place that's called forward. And whilst we are in the forward position, we don't want anybody bringing us backwards. And so the people of the Southeast have made their voice very clear. We love OT. I don't know. I don't think, and I hope not, that you decide to betray that, that love given to you. For Senator Berube, who I've always loved, I know that you are a man of timber, caliber, and Iroko tree. Continue to maintain who you are, so that at least the Igbos will have somebody that can say, these are people we can call at any time, and they will stand like Iroko tree.
Exactly.
Okay. I haven't said that. I want to thank every one of you, especially Oscar Blackbone. Oscar, you're the one who gave us something today to go and drink tea. God bless you. We really appreciate every other person who has made contribution. All of you on the comment section, Adama, Ifi, the good. Thank you so much. Pastor Ike, thank you so much for gracing today's broadcast. We really appreciate it. And I know the topic is not our usual kind of topic, but at the same time, we all learned something from it today. So on that faithful note, I'll say thank you, all of you. I will say God bless you as you go into your new week. I pray that every day of the week we give you joy and a reason to give glory and honor to God, and that you go out of your home and come back in peace. You'll not run into any problem, and no problem will run into you. On that faithful note, I say thank you so much, and do have a good night.